area. Don't miss the epic finale of the Marvel trilogy starring Tom Hardy, Venom: The Last Dance, now in IMAX and in IMAX 3D. Opening this week, Tom Hanks and Robin Wright reunite in Here. Plus, see Liam Neeson in Absolution. And for the kids, Hit Pig. College students, it's the last few days to get tickets for just $5. Offer good through Halloween. Tickets are now on sale for Moana 2, opening on November 27th. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest news, sweepstakes, and events.
I'm James Andier. I play running back for Exeter Township. Thank you for watching and listening to the Eagles on 830 WEEU.
Welcome back, everybody, on this Friday night, week number 1 of the playoff season. And yes, we've got action coming your way at the top of the hour. Exeter hosting Southwestern in a 5A opening round matchup. Free video and audio. Hey, just go to our website, 830weeu.com. And when you get to our page on YouTube, of course, subscribe and like us as well. As been the case the entire season, we take the time to go out and visit with the coaches and talk to them about, well, what they expect to happen on a Friday night or even a Saturday afternoon, in this case, a Friday night. And we started at Exeter with head coach Matt Bauer talking about the excitement of playing in the postseason and, well, does it ever get old?
Not at all. I mean, again, it's a new season. It's a bonus. And, you know, we work all year for these opportunities, and these kids want to make the most of it. One of the things I tell them all the time is we want to be playing our best football in November, and that's the goal always.
You've been here enough. Is your preparation for the postseason changed over the years? Does it change at all?
We prepare pretty much the same week in and week out. You know, I'm a very detail-oriented, routine-based, and when these kids get a break in their routine, it's not good for them. They know what to expect. They know how to prepare, and we're preparing for a big game this week.
So week 9, disappointing loss. Week 10, take no mercy. The term statement, is that overused in football? It's just a game that you had a lot of success week 10?
I mean, I don't know if it's overused or if it's not, but we definitely wanted to set things right and get the thing back on track, and that's what I challenge the kids to do. It's a good sign when you see the end result. They're darn sure not to be done yet, and they're excited to keep this thing going. And now, as I said, when we broke down practice, it's win or go home. So there's a lot at stake, and we are going to guard with everything we have to keep this thing going as long as we can.
Do you know anything about your opponent?
Sure. You know, again, we played them in 2021 in the same round right here. They're well coached. It's the same coaching staff. They're a physical football team, and, you know, they do a lot of nice things. So it's going to be a challenge for sure. Hopefully our boys are up for it.
Do you ever tell the boys, look at that banner on the fence over there?
Again, I try not to compare, but yes, that is one of the standards for sure.
I don't know if I get a chance to talk to you again, but can you talk a little bit about this team and this season and what it's meant to you guys?
Sure, it's meant a lot. I mean, again, I knew as soon as the season ended last year that it didn't end the way it should have, and I knew we had a lot of talent going back. So we spent a lot of time in the off season working on developing leadership, and the first thing the guys asked me was, hey, instead of us picking the captains, can you? So I was like, yeah, I could do that, and when kids earned the captainship, they got it. So we got 7 captains this year. We could have had 8 or 9 probably, but, it's definitely paid off. There's definitely much more of an ownership this year, and the kids are excited.
So we go from Exeter head coach Matt Bauer to head coach Tony Schermeyer of Southwestern and their thoughts as the Mustangs get ready for this playoff game.
This is our 4th year in a row making it, and so this is something that we work for. Like, as soon as the season ended last year, the kids are working. I mean, our goal is to get a good enough record to get in the postseason. And it came down to the last couple games for us. We needed to win the last couple games to get in. And so these kids are really excited about it. They love practicing in November. So it's a fun atmosphere. We seem to have more fun in the postseason than we do during the regular season.
You guys survived that 3-game losing streak. And I want to point out to our audience, 3 teams that were combined 27-3, 2 6A teams, you're a 5A. But you really survived that to make the postseason. Talk about that, what that means to this team.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually the 2nd year in a row we went through that 3-game stretch, and we sort of got our noses bloody a little bit, and then the kids just keep working hard that stretch, and these guys they keep getting better week after week after week. And it's just a testament to the kids that we got. They never give up. They never get down. Starting 2 and 3, they could have been like, well, it's a lost season, but they weren't like that. After last year, running all 5 straight at the end of the year, they knew that we could do it again this year. And so that was sort of their mindset. Let's get down to business and take care of business here at the end of the year.
Fun thing about the postseason, you get to play into November, but we get to know new coaches and that sort of thing. So you're new to our audience. Your story's great because you come over here and you take a program that was a sub 500, you put them in the playoffs 4 times. What is your success in doing that, or how do you do it?
We just have a great community. I mean, I have a great coaching staff. Those guys work their tails off every week. And from the get-go, we as a whole group really pushed the weight room, pushed the off-season stuff with these guys. The kids came in, they were very responsive, they're very hardworking. And I just think my coaches and we build relationships with them. And I think that's the biggest thing is we relate well to these kids.
You had Exeter back in 2021, your first year. Is there anything you remember that can help you moving forward Friday night, or is that all in the past?
Oh, it's a great atmosphere going up there. I mean, I thought we were going to be a little intimidated by the atmosphere, and we actually, if I remember, we played pretty well. I mean, it was a game into the fourth quarter. They had a really good team, though, but we loved the atmosphere and just the travel. The kids really enjoyed it, and so hopefully, I mean, these guys, they're not scared. I mean, we're going to go in there, we're going to give it our best shot, and if it's not good enough, it's not good enough.
Having been there, I guess, gets you ready because coaches and teams are creatures of habit, right? And you expect things to go a certain way. You got a Friday night drive that you don't know what's going to happen. Does that change anything the way you get ready for Friday night?
No. I mean, so our school day lets out a little bit later than everyone else. We don't get out of school until 3:20. So the kids are actually going to have to get out of school. We want to get on the road by 3 o'clock. It's about an hour and 45 minutes. We like to get there by 5. So we got to figure we're going to hit some traffic somewhere on 30 or 222. And so it's just getting the kids out of school, making sure they got something to eat, and just trying to get there on time to stay with our schedule, our pregame schedule, get out in the field by 5:30 and get warmed up.
Hey, a big thank you to both head coaches there. And speaking of getting warmed up, that's exactly what we are doing as we get you ready for Southwestern and Exeter opening round 5A playoff game coming up at the top of the hour. The video, audio, both free. Simply visit our website, 830weeu.com. I'm Jeff Nolan. When we come back, we'll roll the games that we're going to cover and talk about on the Scoreboard Show after the game, right here on 830 WEEU, Berks and beyond.
Safe Berks provides 24-hour support services to victims and survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Our support services include emergency shelter, counseling, and legal and medical advocacy. Community-wide educational programming is also available. Services are free, confidential, and offered in all languages. To request Safe Berks services, call 844-789-7233 or text Safe Berks to 20121. We are here to help.
Life too busy to cook good food? Let Schmeck's Villa prepare your gourmet dinner. With nightly specials Tuesday through Sunday, the fun family atmosphere and delicious food will quickly become a favorite night out. Visit Schmeck's Villa in Exeter Township for a meal you can feel good about. Whether you prefer seafood, a hearty landlubber's meal, or if you're looking for something sweet to cap your night, Schmeck's Villa will hit the spot.
Looking for the perfect spot for some fall family fun? Then look no further than Duncan's Corn Maze. Whether it's making your way through this year's maze, enjoying an old school hayride, searching for that perfect pumpkin to pick in their pumpkin patch, sending a gourd flying through the air with their slingshot, or just hanging by the campfire, Duncan's Corn Maze has something for everyone to enjoy. Duncan's Corn Maze is open Fridays from 6 to 9 p.m., as well as Saturdays and Sundays from 1 to 9 p.m. To learn more, go to duncanscornmaze.com or visit them at 30 Quarry Road in Robizonia.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea and water damage as far as the eye can see. It's America. It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I'm Aiden Dahlbo. I play linebacker for Exeter Township. Thank you for watching and listening to the Eagles on 830 WEEU.
On this Friday night, week number 1 of the playoff schedule, we welcome you back to the pregame show. I'm Jeff Nolan. Again, after the game, all the playoff scores and highlights on the scoreboard show at the conclusion of our game until 11:30. Now, games we're going to follow tonight. Obviously, our game at the top of the hour, that is Exeter and Southwestern. Now, sticking with 5A, 5th-seeded Shippensburg plays host to Warwick. It is 7th-seeded Cocalico at home against Hershey, and 8th-seeded Bishop McDevitt will entertain Lower Dauphin. Keep in mind there, that's 3 Lancaster-Lebanon teams in the postseason in Exeter, Warwick, and Cocalico. We go to 6A. There's 2 games tonight in 6A. Governor Mifflin on the road to take on Cumberland Valley. That is an 8-9 matchup with Governor Mifflin, the 9th seed. In a 7-10 game, 7th-seeded Cedar Crest will play Hempfield for a second time this season. They won the first time. So that is 3 Lancaster-Lebanon teams in tonight's 2 6A games. In 4A, Elko is the 8th seed hosting 9th-seeded Octorara, and 7th-seeded East Pennsboro is the home team against 10th-seeded and York Adams Division II representative Susquehannock. 3A, Berks Catholic on the road against Biglersville. Berks Catholic, the 5th seed, Biglersville, the 4th seed. Schuylkill Valley will host Littlestown. That is a 3-6 matchup in 3A. In 2A, Lancaster Catholic is the 2nd seed against 3rd seeded Camp Hill, and Steelton Highspire is the number 1 seed, and they play host to Upper Dauphin. Off the grid tonight, Muhlenberg and William Allen, they play for the 5A, 6A Eastern Conference Championship. In 4A Eastern Conference Championship matchup, it is Hamburg at North Poca. That is all the time that we have. We'll update you with scores at the half, all the finals after the game on the scoreboard show. Coming up, it is Southwestern and Exeter. I'm Jeff Nolan. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Today, there's hope. Hope for you and your loved ones, and hope for safe and affordable drug and alcohol treatment for residents of Berks County. Council on Chemical Abuse invites you to visit their website, cocaberks.org/hope. That's cocaberks.org/hope for more information, or call 610-376-8669. That's 610-376-8669 to learn more.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
It's time for high school football. Presented by Savage Auto Group on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond.
High school sports here on 830 WEEU is brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Everything Printing, Houndstown Ready, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Savage Auto Group, Pizza Como, Reading Fightin' Phil's, Schmeck's Villa, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
WEEU is proud to showcase the talent and skill of our local high school athletes. From every tackle to every blitz and every thrilling touchdown, we bring you the best calls and analysis. Now, live from the field, your hosts, Bob McCool and Matt Lytle.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome from Don Thomas Stadium in Rifton. The postseason begins tonight here on WEEU. Tonight, the Exeter Eagles play host to the Southwestern Mustangs. Opening round in the District 3 5A playoffs, Southwestern is 7-3 overall on the year. They went 4-2 playing in the York Adams League in Division 1, the largest school classification in the York Adams League. Exeter 5-1 in Section 2 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League and 9-1 overall. The only loss for the Eagles coming in that Week 9 heartbreaker against Conestoga Valley. These two teams met in the 2021 district playoffs. Of course, that was a memorable run for Exeter. They went on to win the district championship, beating Governor Mifflin on the Mustangs home field. But in 2021, they started that district playoff run with a win over Southwestern by a final score of 38-21. Exeter making its 15th appearance in the District 3 playoffs, and it's been a great run for Matt Bauer. He is in the postseason for the 12th time in 13 years with the Eagles. Last year, however, it was a short run. They lost in the opening round of the district playoffs to Hershey. This very talented senior class hoping for a different result in 2024. Mustangs have made the postseason 4 straight years, beginning with that opening round loss to the Eagles in 2021. All that means it is our high school football game of the week, presented to you by Savage Auto Group. It is live not only on WEEU 8:30 a.m. on the radio dial, but it is also available to you on our YouTube channel. That is 8:30 WEEU Sports. And also tonight, for the first time, we are streaming it live as well on Facebook Live. Take your pick wherever you want to go. You want to listen, you want to watch, just consume. High school football presented by Savage Auto Group. More high school football when our pregame show continues from Rifton after this.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack,
Diefenbach's potato chips.
Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA crafted crunch.
Since 1970, Redner's Markets has grown thanks to the Berks County community. Your continued commitment is rewarded by becoming a part of their Redner's Rewards program. Shopping at the markets earns you big savings with grocery deals, special offers, and surprise savings from your favorite employee-owned shopping center. Rewards members save at the pump, too, with discounts on fuel prices at Redner's Quick Shops and many more select locations. Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards program. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Welcome back to Don Tonham Stadium alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool. High school postseason football, District 3 opening round in the Class 5A playoffs. Southwestern taking on Exeter. Southwestern is coached by Tony Schermeyer in his 4th season with the Mustangs, 28-16. Their 3 losses are really good football teams. New Oxford, who is unbeaten and off tonight, they're here. They're watching this game because they get the winner of this one. New Oxford 10-0 in the season, District 3 5A number 1 seed. And a couple of District 6A qualifiers in Central York and Dallastown. That's the 3 blemishes on the record for Southwestern. But Matt Lytle, we got a chance to see warming up a little bit. Bryce Graham, their quarterback, has put up some impressive numbers so far on the season and spreads the ball around on that offense.
Bob, he does, in fact, do that. Kid has a really nice, he can spin it really well, has a nice arm. Watching him in warm-ups, he's thrown 65% completion on the season, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 1,827 yards. He definitely spreads it around. He's got a host of receivers, athletes to throw it to. The one with the biggest yards per catch is Smith, number 6, 11 catches, 338 yards. Every time he touches it for 30 yards a catch. 4 touchdowns on the season. Then you also have Stupp. Stupp actually is out tonight.
Right. His
number 1 receiver. He is sick, did not make the trip. He has 27 receptions, 265 yards, and 5 touchdowns, 9.8. And then you've got Allen with 19 receptions for 396 yards and 20 20-yard average with 5 touchdowns. So he's got a host of receivers. He spins it well. We'll see if his offensive line's a little undersized. We'll see if his offensive line can handle Logan Wegman and company.
Yeah, let's take a look at, of course, for Exeter, Matt Bauer, now 16 seasons here with the Eagles, 122-57. His first season here, he took over a team that was 0-10. He went 0-10 in his first season. And as I said a moment ago, in the postseason for the 12th time in 13 years. Their lone loss was to Conestoga Valley. But the focus of the offense, obviously, is Jaden Zandier. Last year, forced into the running back spot because of injuries. This year, forced into the quarterback spot. Injury to Riley Martinez. They hope if they can continue this season, Riley Martinez can return. But whether he's playing quarterback, running back, wide receiver, whatever, Jaden Zandier has the football in his hands. He is a threat.
1,583 total yards rushing, receiving combined, 24 touchdowns on the season. Zandier, he can do it a lot of different ways. He can beat you a lot of different ways on the field.
We're going to take a timeout. We come back. Matt's keys to the game and our kickoff of tonight's high school football game as Southwestern takes on Exeter tonight after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Welcome back to Don Thomas Stadium. Tonight, let's take a look at our keys to the game, and they're brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience finding countless buyers and sellers keys to real estate transactions. He's a Exeter Township resident. You can call him at 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. Southwestern and Exeter. Matt Lytle has his keys to tonight's game.
Big game tonight, Bob. Number 8 in the district versus number 9 for Exeter. Keys to the game tonight. Look for Exeter Eagles, led by Logan Wegman. He's a right tackle. He's 6'5", 275 pounds, already committed to Navy. And his fellow offensive line and D-line, their front needs to dominate early in the trenches. Jaden Zandier, he'll carry the ball. He'll catch the ball. He'll be the offensive load tonight, whether it's ground or air. He's got 1,583 total yards rushing and receiving combined, 24 touchdowns. Look for Jaden Zandier to have a big night tonight. On the other side of the ball, for the Southwestern Mustangs, Bryce Graham, their quarterback, number 12, will need to air it out tonight and use his host of wide receivers in Stubb, Allen, and Lax. Mustangs will need to be successful in a pass-first offense to open up the play action and keep the Eagles' front seven honest. Senior running back Rollman, he's got 727 yards on the season, 12 touchdowns on the ground. Should be an exciting game tonight, Bob.
It should be. Game time weather outlook brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. No matter the weather, Bachman's has got you covered. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Bit of a breeze tonight, anywhere from about 7 to gusts up to about 18 miles an hour. That could be a factor. But hey, it's the 1st of November. It's football season, and it's 70 degrees. Sign me up. Exeter on the kickoff. They fake their handoff on the reverse. Zandier will keep it himself across the 20, 25, and out to about the 28-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will start. And we will take a look at their offense. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving residents at authentic Italian, homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, Taste of Italy right here in Reading. Of course, the story for the Eagles is the absence right now of their quarterback, Riley Martinez, the junior, having an excellent season, 2-year starter, but he is out right now. Right foot injury, right leg injury. They're hoping that if the season continues, he may be able to play. Jack Hafer, the junior quarterback, is the starter instead. He will hand it off. And on the first play, they get back to Leo Brown. He'll get to about the 31 and a gain of 2. as we take a look at the rest of the starters for the Eagles. The offensive line, Matt mentioned Logan Wegman, the right tackle, Joel Marino, an experienced player as well, the starting center, just a junior. Avon Acuna and Andre Osborne are the guards, along with Kevin Oswalt and Wegman, the tackles. Tyler Flanders, the tight end, and Hafer, play action fake, wants to roll out. He's a lefty, rolling out left, looking downfield. He's looking for Flanders, and it's going to be incomplete. He also had Carter Redding in the area, but it ultimately lands between the two and incomplete.
Nice little play action there by Hafer, rolling out. He's a southpaw, so rolling out to his strong side of the field, looking downfield. He had both Stutzman and Redding in the same area. It was kind of like a throw in between the two. Not sure who it was to, and landed incomplete.
So the rest of the skill set, we mentioned Tyler Flanders, the tight end, Carter Redding, who was in that area, along with Jaden Ware, the two receivers, Genuine Stutzman, who is their H-back, does a little bit of everything, whether it's lining up off the wing as a tight end, however they go about it. And, of course, Zandier in the backfield, although it was Leo Brown on the first couple of plays. Zandier is now back out there as the tailback, and now we get an officials timeout before the snap on 3rd down and 9. Gives us a chance for the defense for Southwestern. Austin Rollman and Donnie Eaton are the defensive ends, with Asman Rissler, Elliot Piat, and Isaac Wagner, this down lineman. Ian Wisnowski and Blake McMillan are the outside linebackers, with Logan Kleindis as the middle linebacker. Ben Klein, Alex Newman, and Declan Smith are the backfield. Here's a little throwback screen to Zandier. Makes the first man miss. Will not get enough to miss him. Good open field tackle by Southwestern to wrap up Jaden Zandier around the 35-yard line. Brooklyn Calcutt comes up to make the tackle at the 35, and it will bring up 4th down.
Little throwback screen there. Was it Zandier on that play?
I thought it was Jaden Zandier.
No, it was Carter Redding.
Carter Redding.
Carter Redding on
correct.
a little bit throwback screen, and Carter Redding got upfield and took a big time hit from the Southwestern side of the field. Great job by Southwestern's defense coming up with a stop against the Eagles.
So that will force Jake Franick and Exeter to punt the football. No opportunity on the return for Declan Smith, and Southwestern comes up with a stop defensively, and now they will bring their offense onto the field for the first time with 10:22 remaining now in quarter number 1. Exeter cannot pick up a first down, and it will be the Mustangs who will take possession. They will start right past the 35. We'll call it at the 36-yard line. Matt gave you the numbers for senior quarterback Bryce Graham, over 1,800 yards throwing the football. Austin Rollman is his tailback beside him. He's run for over 700 yards, although they'll go to a no-back set here. Now Rollman will shift into the backfield sidecar right, and they will hand it off to him. He slide steps away from one, but not much more than that. Give him a yard to the 37. Make it 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Little draw action there by Rollman, and tackled quickly by Carter Redding on the play. Actually, that was Stutzman on the play.
Mason Curry is their center. Elliot Piat and Donnie Eaton are the guards. Tanner Wetzel and Jake Zumbrum are the tackles. Colton Smith, Declan Smith, not related, are part of the receiving core, along with Owen Allen and Damian Lax as well. Austin Rollman, as we said, is the running back, with Graham as the quarterback on 2nd down and 9. Graham rolling out. Now he rolls back the other way, throws it back, and there's nobody there. Throws it incomplete.
Yeah, really nice pursuit there by Exeter Eagles defensive front. Got a big-time push up the middle, and Graham had nowhere to go with it. He actually wanted to roll out to his left and had a quick turn back, threw it away. Smart play by senior quarterback Graham, getting rid of the ball.
So the defense for the Eagles, Cameron Aiken, Joel Amarino are the ends. Logan Wegman, Kevin Oswald are the defensive tackles. Outside backers are Tyler Flanders and Aiden Dauble. Inside backers are Genuine Stutzman and Casey Gerhardt. Corners are Pharrell Caceres and Jaden Zandier, and the safety is Carter Redding. 3rd and 9 now for the Mustangs from their 37-yard line, and now movement up front. The Eagles jumped. Were they drawn off sides, or did they move first? They did not. They were moved first, so the first penalty of the football game goes against Exeter. Makes the little bit of an easier life for Mustangs. Instead of 3rd and 9, now they'll be in a 3rd and 4.
Not sure if Bryce Graham had a delayed count there or whatnot, but it looked like the Exeter Eagles were blitzing, bringing a blitz on the play, and just couldn't hold back.
Yeah, I think somebody just got a little jumpy instead, as Lax now will split out to the right side, and now another official's timeout before the snap of the football. Colton Smith is in a slot on the left side. Owen Allen is on the split on the left side. This is about the clock. They want to put time back on the clock, it would appear. So they're adjusting the play clock. Again, the winner of this game moves on. They will take on the number 1 seed in New Oxford. The kickoff to tonight's game was presented to you by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key for your security. Graham wants to load it up, looking downfield, looking for a man, but it's off the fingertips and incomplete. Owen Allen had a step on the defense. The pass maybe a little bit too long and incomplete.
Great play action. Fake draw. Bryce Graham drop back, put a little bit too much air on that thing, and just out of the reach of Owen Allen on a deep post route. Owen Allen was behind the defender, and Graham, I know, is going to want that one back. You get so many opportunities in a game for big plays, and that one is a missed opportunity.
Chancellor hit the home run early for the Mustangs. They come up empty, and so now Dennis Lehman will punt the football. No pressure from Exeter. It's a high, short kick, went straight up in the air, hits and takes a little bit of a Mustang roll, but Exeter is going to get good field position out of this as they stop it at about the 36-yard line. So neither team able to pick up a first down on their first possession. With 9:20 left to go in quarter number 1. In a scoreless tie, Exeter takes possession for the second time from the 37-yard line. You're talking with Matt Bauer before the game about Jake Hafer and taking over as a quarterback. I said, I don't remember him even on the roster beginning of the year, and he kind of smiled. He said he only came out for football in August, in the middle of August. At that, he had decided not to come out and focus on baseball. He's left-handed and has a plus 85-mile-an-hour fastball. But they talked him into coming out for football. He changed his mind. They're happy he did. Here's the handoff, and Zandier with a little bit of a sliver. And that's all Jaden Zandier is ever looking for. He's across the 40 quickly to the 44 and picks up 7 on first down.
Yeah, nice run. Off tackle there by Jaden Zandier. Just sidestepped one of the Southwestern Mustang defenders and got up the field for a gain of 7+ yards.
And when Zandier made the switch, and we were here when he did that in the Governor Mifflin game last year, and he made that switch, and now all of a sudden playing the running back, he just has that little bit of a wiggle, show that hip and take it the other way, and that's what's made him a special piece of the puzzle. And we're going with a broken eye now with Genuine Stutzman lining up more as the fullback, and they'll follow him with Zandier. He'll have the first down and more into Southwestern territory. He's in the free and clear, 20, 10. No one's going to catch Jaden Zandier. Touchdown Exeter, 56 yards.
Incredible run there by Zandier. Off tackle, following Stutzman. Stutzman made 2 key blocks. Just trucked the first defender, second defender, opened up another hole, and nobody touched Zandier the rest of the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Exeter Eagles.
That quickly, Exeter, after not being able to pick up a first down in their first series, changes the dynamic. Not only did they pick up the first down, but Zandier takes it to the house for the 24th time as a runner. And now on for the extra points comes Jake Franick. Carter Redding is the holder. The kick is up, and it's home. With 8:28 left to go in quarter number 1, Exeter on the board first. 7-0, Exeter on top of Southwestern. Back to Rifton with more after this on WEEU and Reading.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Takes Exeter just 2 plays, 63 yards. It was all Jaden Zandier with the legs, but as Matt said, we talked about it, a little broken eye that time with Stutzman as the blocker. He is the H-back for Exeter, and he just leads the way. Zandier gets the blocks he needs as this kick will roll out of bounds. But Jaden Zandier, Matt, you give him a seam, and he's going to do the rest himself.
He is definitely a big play back. He can hit the bomb. He can hit the bombs. He can go the distance. He reminds me of, you talk about World Series, give it, a little baseball analogy here. He's like a Aaron Judge or a Freddie Freeman that just, they can, any time up, when it's their turn, they can take it yard. And Jaden Zandier, same way, he's a playmaker. Anytime he touches it, you got to be looking for him on the field because he can take it the distance.
Zandier, career high in the game against Muhlenberg, 317 yards rushing for 4 touchdowns. He is now zeroing in on 2,700 yards as a runner for the Eagles. And again, don't forget, it was only partway through last season when he made the switch from wide receiver to running back. So now let's see if the Mustangs can respond. They will start from the 35 after Exeter's kick rolls out of bounds. Then Mustangs go to work. Here's a little setup for a screen pass. So it's got a little height in it. Pass caught by Damian Lax. Gets some blocking and takes that across the 45. And that looks like it's going to be good for the Mustangs. First down.
Yeah, nice little bubble screen throw there by Bryce Graham out to Damian Lax. Lax did the rest of the work. First play, second series, enough for a first down. Going back to Zandier. Zandier, I think Coach Bauer was saying he runs a 4.44, 4.5 40. And he's got an offer from Stony Brook right now to be their featured guy.
1st and 10 now after the completion. Graham, who throws it at 66%. Now a little slant-in pass. Pass is caught in traffic, but a nice delivery of the football into Exeter territory as Declan Smith will make the catch. Shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Second down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, Declan Smith sat down, just a sit route almost right over the ball, and Graham found him just outside the box. Nice throw and catch there on first down for 8-yard pickup.
Smith won. Declan Smith, that is. There are 2 Smiths, again, not related, Colton Smith and Declan Smith, but Declan was their top returning starter, but he was injured for a while. So Matt gave you the numbers. He is plus 10 yards per carry or 10 yards per reception. That one goes for 8. Now they'll swing it out to him. A little pit pass in the flat. He'll make the catch. Good for a first down. Flag comes in from behind the Exeter defense. If the play stands, it's 1st and 10 inside the 40 of Exeter for Southwestern. Let's see what the flag's all about.
Smart play there by Bryce Graham, getting the ball out into the slot on a little bubble screen. Exeter's defense was playing off, enough for a first down. First down it is. Looks like it's against Exeter Eagles.
Now they actually waved off the flag, so I'm not quite sure why the official from behind threw the flag, and then they waved it off for some reason or other. But Southwestern says, well, that's good by us. They'll take the first down. So back-to-back first downs now, and hitting Declan Smith in the process. It's 1st and 10 from the Exeter 38-yard line. Eagles lead at 7-0 inside of 7 minutes to go. Back to the ground game, and Rollman picking his way, finds his way, 30, 25, and another flag from behind the Exeter defense again after Rollman runs for a first down inside the Exeter 25-yard line.
Nice pass-heavy offense with Bryce Graham at quarterback, and then all of a sudden they throw a little wrinkle in there, and they bring in their running back, Austin Rollman, off-tackle play, and he ran for another first down yardage.
So again, that's who
it looks like they're backing. Southwestern's backing up.
Yep, the officials not yet signaled. They're trying to figure it out. The ball's spotted at the 24-yard line. Going to be illegal use of hands against Southwestern. So it'll wipe out a first down run inside the 25, and instead Southwestern's going to be backed up on the other side. Actually, they're going to do it from the end of the play, it appears. So they're spotting the football, and Matt Bauer's trying to figure out exactly what the spot is. They're marking the football at the 32-yard line. And if it stands the way it is right now, it's 1st and 4. I have no idea how they came to that conclusion, but that's the signal. It's 1st and 4 at the 32-yard line. Now movement up front, and this one's going to get whistled. They had 2 men in motion on that play, and that's going to cost Southwestern another 5.
Bob, I might be getting old, but I'm pretty impressed with the first down marker over there. It's illuminated.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't have to squint to see what down it is.
Yeah, I like those. There's only a few that have those lighted first down marker, and they're actually going to say that it was Exeter that moved, so it's not Southwestern that moved. Exeter moved, and so that's going to give the Mustangs a first down by way of a penalty.
First down on Exeter's 27-yard line.
27-yard line, that's correct, after the 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. So second penalty against Exeter on the night. And it's 1st and 10 now for Southwestern from the Exeter 27-yard line. Declan Smith will go in motion, shifts from right wing to left wing. Rollman gets the handoff, not going to find the daylight this time as they'll wrap him up and bring him down immediately. Give him a gain of about a yard to the 36, and that's it. Or, excuse me, a 26, and that's it. So call it second. Actually, they spotted right back at around the original line of scrimmage, so call it 2nd down and 10 now coming up for the Mustangs. Graham coming to the sidelines to get the play. Now goes into the huddle to give it to his team with the clock continuing to run. Play clock still with plenty of time with 20 seconds to go. Lax comes split out to the left side with Declan Smith slot left. And play action fake and looking for that slant in. It's not there. Graham rolls out, buys himself some time, dumps it off. Wow. Pass is caught on a juggling catch. Logan Klein, they'll hold on to the football, and it's close to and may very well be a Southwestern first down.
Incredible catch there on a scramble from Bryce Graham. Logan Klein, one-handed it as he's stumbling out of bounds, pulls it in enough for a first down. It was a great catch and actually great scramble play by Graham getting that ball to him.
Goes as a 9-yard completion, 1st and 10 now at the Exeter 17-yard line. So a solid drive going on right now for Southwestern. Started at their own 35. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Exeter 17-yard line. First catch for Kleinditz. Again, he's getting some extra time tonight because of the injury in the backfield. Here's Graham again in trouble, buys himself some time, dumps it off. Declan Smith makes the catch inside the 15 to the 14, but a flag goes down on the scramble by Bryce Graham. Let's see what this is going to be about, but it's in the area of holding.
It looked like a broken play to me, and Graham went on the scramble drill, and he found Declan Smith wide open, sitting in the flat, and gave him the ball, and quick 3-yard completion.
All right,
2nd and 7.
You were talking about that lighted first down mark. I swore I saw a flag go, but apparently there's not. So there's no flag on the play. It's a 3-yard completion to Declan Smith. His 3rd catch of the first quarter.
What are you saying, Bob? You want illuminated flags now?
Yeah, I want some. That's right. They're not bright enough. It's those yellow cleats these guys are wearing. They mess me up. Here's the handoff to Rollman. Nothing there. He kicks it outside. 15. Trying to strip it out of his hands, but he holds on and takes it down to about the 11-yard line. That's a tough 3-yard gain for Austin Rollman.
Nice tackle there for letting Rollman get extra yards by Cameron Aiken, 6'2", 225-pound senior defensive end for the Exeter Eagles. Rollman tried stiff arming and everything, and Cameron Aiken was not having it.
I mentioned about that great catch that Logan Kleinditz made, and he's getting the extra time on the offensive side. Matt mentioned this in the open. Kyle Stupp, who's actually their top receiver, is sick and unable to make the trip tonight. So it's 3rd down and 4 now for Southwestern at the Exeter 11-yard line. Eagles coming with a blitz. They pick it up. Graham's got time looking for somebody. He's just going to air this one out of the back of the end zone. Clock in his head knew it was time to get rid of it, and he unloads it. So he throws it out of bounds out of the back of the end zone, and now let's see what Southwestern will do here on 4th down and 4 from the 11-yard line. Looks like they might go for the field goal here. Gavin Frame is their kicker, and he is out there to attempt what looks like will be a 28-yard field goal. So Tony Schermeyer looking to hope to at least get some points out of this possession. And so they'll try to go get the field goal here. Again, a 28-yard attempt. Snap a little bit behind. They get it down and enough on the leg to get it through. Good. And so Southwestern does cash it in on the field goal. Again, 28-yarder. With 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to go, Southwestern gets some points on the board. It's Exeter 7, Southwestern 3. Back to Reithen with more after this on WEEU.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
7-3 our score. Exeter on top. The Eagles about to get the football back. Carter Redding, Jaden Zandier, the return man, awaiting the kickoff. And this will be Redding from, he dropped the football, picks it back up again, and now kicks it outside the 15 and will not get back to the 20. So Redding dropped it on the initial catch and picked it up, gives Southwestern a chance to cover it up. Matt, we go back to that drive for Southwestern. They pieced that thing together. Big play, the scramble drill by the quarterback, Bryce Graham.
Yeah, nice job by Bryce Graham. Rolling out to his left, throwing across his body. Hits Logan Kleindens. Doesn't hit him really well. Logan Kleindens did an incredible one-handed grab. It was very Garrett Wilson-esque, like the Jets last night, who pulled that one-hander. I mean, that was like Air Jordan-esque, I should say. But Logan Kleindens, nevertheless, made an incredible catch there to keep that drive going.
Genuine Stutzman was in the slot. Now he'll shift back into that fullback spot in that broken eye, and a big hole again to run through for Zandier across the 25, 30, 35-yard line before he's tripped up and brought down. Just a huge gap to run around the right edge, and that's all Jaden Zandier needs to run for another big Exeter first down.
Off to the races again. Big run on like glorified sweep to the right side of the field, and Zandier turned on the afterburners, and secondary had to throttle him down for the Southwestern Mustangs.
Jaden Zandier over 100 yards 7 times in Exeter's 10 games. He's already at 83. Of course, 56 of them on that touchdown run. That line, Stutzman again shifts into the backfield into that broken eye. Right back to Zandier, fouling Stutzman. 40, 45, off a blocker to the 50, across midfield, still on his feet to the 45, makes another man miss at the 40. Jaden Zandier dancing his way, leaps over a tackler, and finally gets brought down at the Southwestern 39-yard line.
Genuine Stutzman, fullback, just opening holes. Zandier's right off his hip. Zandier made that run a lot by himself after getting through the hole with Stutzman, because he crossed the field. He went to the opposite field and leaped a defender and almost broke that one wide open.
Gets tripped up at the 40-yard line. It's a 23-yard gain again for Exeter, but a flag on the play. It looks like this is going to get wiped out when it's all said and done. So it looked great for Jaden Zandier, but unfortunately it looks like the penalty is going to wipe this out instead. And they're going to bring it back and then mark off the penalty. So from the original line of scrimmage, this will be a penalty against Exeter, and we'll back them up to the 33-yard line instead. And it will remain first down, but now it's going to be 1st and 15. So it was a great run by Jaden Zandier, made up on his highlight reel, but it won't officially count. And it's 1st and 15 instead. Now Stutzman will line up on a wing to the right. And the give again is to Zandier. Again blocking, 40, 45, 50, makes the man miss. And there he goes again, Jaden Zandier with blockers, 20, 10, 5, and they drag him down at the 5-yard line. First down, goal to go.
Little change from the sideline there for the Exeter Eagles. Zandier lining out of the eye at tailback just hits the A gap and had a huge hole by that big offensive line up front for the Eagles in Wegman and company, along with Marino. Zandier didn't get touched until he was 40 yards down the field and just shy of taking into the end zone. Really ran out of gas there. I thought he was going to take it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think he did, and he's a little bit slow to get up. Training staff is coming out to take a look at him, but by the time they get out there, Jaden Zandier's back up and running off the field. I think he just ran out of oxygen and is down at the 5-yard line. That's a huge run of 62 yards for Zandier, who's now already at 145 yards on 4 carries with those 2 huge runs. But now it's first down, goal to go for Exeter. So they got the big play wiped out on the penalty. They go right back to Zandier. Instead, he goes for 60+, and it's first and goal now for the Eagles. But Zandier now out at least for this play. They go with 3 backs in the backfield. A little toss sweep this time for Carter Redding, and he gets tripped up. Excellent play. Declan Smith comes up and trips him up in the backfield.
Nice play by Declan Smith. You know, diving, catching Redding in the backfield and keeping Exeter off the scoreboard once again.
Let me correct myself. That was actually Justin Prizer who was in there, and that's who they ran the toss sweep to. And he gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage by Smith, so no gain on the play for Prizer. Second down and goal. Now Stutzman will check back in. He'll be back there in the backfield with Prizer and Redding. Basically, what almost looks like a wing T type of look, and they'll go to the fullback and Stutzman. They're going to stand him up. So a little bit of a not quite so simple for Southwestern. That's Kleindens who comes up and meets Genuine Stutzman at the line of scrimmage. It's third and goal.
Gang tackled by a host of Mustangs. Leading that host was McMillan, sophomore, 5'8", 160-pound linebacker for the Mustangs. Must have been 5 or 6 Mustangs in on that tackle.
So it's third and goal. Jaden Weir now will come out and split out as a receiver on the left side. Carter Redding on the right on third and goal. Back to the shotgun, and Zandier back in the backfield. He has it. Huge hole. And Jaden Zandier, when I say walks into the end zone, I mean walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wegman and company just created a hole you could drive a Mack truck through. He went in untouched. There's nobody within arm reach either direction.
5 yards up the gut, his second touchdown of the night. Exeter adds on, and now on comes Jake Franick to attempt the extra point. Again, Redding is the holder. Marino, who is the center, is also the snapper on extra points. Snap good. Redding gets the hold down, and the kick is good with 31.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We'll keep it here till the end of the first as Exeter has opened up its lead. It's now a 14-3 lead. And if Southwestern is going to stay in this football game, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Jaden Zandier, who's run it 5 times for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. The only thing that stopped Jaden Zandier is he just simply ran out of breath and had to come off the field for a couple of plays. But his second touchdown of the night and a 14-3 lead now for the Eagles. So Southwestern will have probably one play before the end of the quarter. And then the two teams will switch sides. Again, the winner of this one takes on New Oxford. New Oxford also out of the York Adams League, but they play in Division 2. And Southwestern plays in Division 1, but they did meet one another in a non-leaguer. That's one of the losses for Southwestern. September the 6th at New Oxford. At New Oxford, Southwestern falls 48-20. Franick has it teed up. Brooklyn Calcutt, Declan Smith are the return men. And it hits at the 10 and rolls sideways and ultimately out of bounds. And so Exeter will take it at the 35-yard line. 31.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Southwestern now down 14-3, starts first and 10 at the 35. Mustangs did put together a solid drive the last time out, picked up 4 first downs along the way, but eventually settled for a 28-yard field goal. And they'll start from the exact same spot here again at the 35-yard line. Damian Lax will split out to the left side. Actually, 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Bryce Graham in the backfield by his lonesome. Now Roman will shift into that backfield sidecar to his left, and they'll hand it off to him. Dances his way across the line of scrimmage, picks his way close to the 40, and a gain of 5 for Roman.
Yeah, not a bad play call. Empty backfield. Motion Roman back in. hand it off to him, little zone play to the short side of the field for a gain of 5 on first down.
And it does not look like Southwestern will try to run another play. They will not. That will end our first quarter. District 3 5A playoffs. The winner moves on. The loser turns their uniforms in on Monday after 1. It's Exeter 14, Southwestern 3. More high school football presented by Savage Auto Group when we come back with WEEU in Reading.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
We start quarter number 2 alongside Matt Lotto. My name is Bob McCool. Second down and 5 for the Southwestern Mustangs. Graham across the middle behind Colton Smith, who was wide open at the 50-yard line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, en route there by Colton Smith, and Graham just threw it behind him. Didn't set his feet properly and kind of airmailed that one. 3rd and 5 to go here for the Mustangs.
Again, tonight we're broadcasting not only on the radio as we always do, but you can listen. You can also watch us, whether it be on our 830 WEEU Sports YouTube page or on Facebook Live. Lots of options for you to take in high school football here on WEEU. 3rd down and 5 now after the incomplete pass. Again, Graham in the backfield by his lonesome, and it looks like it's going to stay that way on the snap of the football. Looks right, goes back to the left. Little flanker screen to Smith. That's going to be good for a first down. Got enough blocking to get him across the 45, and that's what they needed for a first down.
I mean, Graham throws a really nice ball. Stood tall in there, threw that little bubble screen out to the wide receiver, got up the field for a first down. I like it. Coach Schermeyer before the game was saying that Graham is getting looked at by a few schools, and Berks County would be happy about this one. Alvernia is one of the teams that's interested in him.
Yeah, he said both Alvernia and Albright have expressed interest in Bryce Graham. Again, he's not real big at 165. He throws a really nice football. He'll hand it off to Rollman. Rollman across midfield will take it to about the 47-yard line and into Exeter territory after a gain of about 6. Spotted right at the Exeter 48-yard line for Rollman. Again, Rollman had a much bigger season in 2023. He's run for almost 2,000 yards in his career. We're talking with Tony Schermeyer about that beforehand. He said, well, our offensive line is not as experienced and as good as it was a year ago. And he said, teams know we like to run the football, so they've kind of packed the box. And so it's been a little bit more of the Bryce Graham show in 2024. 2nd down and 4. They're going to go back to Rollman. He makes a jump cut. He turns this into a first down. Says that Jaden Zandier can do it. I can too, and runs it all the way down to the Exeter 35 for a first down.
Yeah, first play, 7 yards. Second play, at least 7 yards. I mean,
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Check. Hello? Yes. Did we lose you? All right. How long are we out for? Fill me in.
When it comes to grocery shopping, you're a pro, and Redner's Markets is here to up your game with Redner's Ready. Shop online and save time. Orders can be placed as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Your items are always handpicked, and our personal shoppers will accommodate any special instructions for your grocery needs. Plus, there's no difference between in-store and online pricing, no extra pickup fees, and you can redeem points from your Redner's Rewards membership. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
2nd down and 8 for the Southwestern Mustangs. 9:45 left to go in the first half. 14-3, Exeter on top. Southwestern started this drive at their own 35. They got it 2nd and 8 now at the Exeter 33-yard line. Bryce Graham with Roman, sidecar to his right, play action fake to him, has plenty of time. Going to dump it off. It's just off the fingertips of Klein-Dinston, incomplete.
Now, Logan Kleindens, last time he had a ball thrown like that, he brought it in with one hand. This time it was a little bit out of reach, but it was really nice play there by the Mustangs. They ran everybody like flood route to the left side of the field, and they brought Kleindens underneath, shallow cross. If he catches that ball, he scores a touch. He's in for a touchdown.
You are correct. He had a lot of daylight out in front of him, but instead it's 3rd and 8 now. This is 4-down territory for Southwestern for sure. Based on where they are on the field at the 33 and based on where they are on the scoreboard as well. They're down 14-3 with 9:27 left to go in the first half. 3rd down and 8. Graham looking all the way. Now he's going to take off and run. He finds a daylight. He's going to find the first down as well as he'll take himself down at the 21-yard line. Great decision by Bryce Graham, who does not run a lot, but he made the right call there.
Didn't like what he saw down the field. Tucked it, hit, just went north and south, and he had a gap up the middle. Nice scramble drill and got down all the way to the Eagles' 10-yard line. First down.
21-yard line.
21-yard line, excuse me.
Yep. 12-yard pickup for Graham. That's only his 14th run of the season. So, again, when you figure it's basically just a scramble, which is what that was, but he absolutely made the right call. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 21-yard line. Roman shifts back in the backfield. They're going to give it to him, and this time Roman will get dragged down from behind as Exeter will get to him and wrap him up just across the 20. Called it the 19 and a gain of 2 more for Austin Roman.
Yeah, Cam Akins, senior defensive end, caught him from behind out of his defensive end position and tackled him from behind. Great play by Akins.
Talked about Roman and his role on this team. Again, last year he ran for almost 1,200 yards. This year, 727 coming into tonight. His season high, 120 against West York. Right now with that 2-yard pickup, he's at 31 yards on 7 carries. 2nd down and 8 from the 19-yard line. Here's a little turn-in route. Pass is caught quickly. And inside the 15 down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 9 more, and that's going to be another first down. 1st and goal to go at the 10 for Southwestern.
Brooklyn Calcutt, junior wide receiver, in on that catch. And it was just a nice little stop route by Calcutt and bringing that ball in from Graham.
It's the 11th catch of the season for Calcutt, who's pretty much their 5th receiver, if you want to call him that. But he'll take it. The Mustangs now 1st down and goal to go from the 10. Great answer right now for Southwestern. You're going to send 2 receivers out to the left and 1 to the right. With Kleindins lined up on a wing to the right, they're going to hand it off to Roman, looking for daylight. Nothing there. Nothing but Exeter Eagles stand him up right at the 10. 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, led there by Wegman. Wegman had a big push up the middle there. Tackle. I think that may have been a tackle for loss.
Yeah, that's
a lot of pursuit and push up the middle.
You're right. They pushed that back and spotted it back at the 11, so it's a loss on the play. 2nd down and goal to go now at the 11. Kleindins will come out. Declan Smith back in. So they'll take out that wing, if you will, bring in an extra receiver.
Bob, you talked about that offensive line for the Mustangs. They're averaging maybe 205, 210 pounds average on their O-line, right? Wegman himself is 6'5", 275, so he's a handful.
And now a flag beforehand. Somebody on that offensive line got a little nervous and jumped off sides. That'll be the second penalty assessed against the Mustangs. And a bit of a situation going on right now for Southwestern. Had it first and goal at the 10, lose a yard. Now they lose 5 more on the penalty. Now it's going to be second and goal back at the 16-yard line. They were forced to settle for a field goal on their last possession, hoping to cash one in right now, down by 11 points on the scoreboard. But now going in the wrong direction with 6:45 left to go in the first half. Southwestern will get the football to start period number 3. Colton Smith and Damian Lax will split out to the left side. And they look that way, but he's in trouble and he's going down. Graham hit from behind and dropped for a loss. And that was Andre Osborne coming through and dropping him in the backfield.
Yeah, Andre Osborne, Jr., 5'11", 225-pound defensive lineman. Him and Wegman in on the tackle there for a big loss.
Back to the 22-yard line, a loss of 6 more. It's now third and goal back at the 22. First sack of the game for the Exeter defense, which we thought could be a factor in this one. And it comes up big there. Southwestern is in danger of now taking themselves out of field goal range. They'll go back to the ground game of Roman, and not going to happen. Right there and wrapping him up from behind. And it's Wegman again, tackling Roman almost on the handoff, and it's going to bring up fourth and goal.
Yeah, the front 5 there for the Mustangs are having trouble with Wegman. Wegman's just a little bit overpowerful at 265, 275 senior.
So they are going to bring on the field goal unit. Gavin Frame, who was good from 28 yards out, is now going to attempt what's about a 43-yard field goal. But not a whole lot of choice here.
Wegman's in there right in the middle to look for penetration here to see if they can even get this kick off.
Again, a 43-yard field goal attempt. Seth Sullivan is the holder. Kick. Is it long enough? No, he hooked it to the left. No good. He had enough leg on it, but he just hooked it a little bit left. And so once in a first and goal at the 10, they get backed up all the way to the 26th and forced to settle for a 43-yard field goal. So Exeter's defense comes up with the stop. And with 5 minutes now left to go in the half, Exeter gets the football back and a 14-3 lead.
I commend Schermeyer taking that long of a field goal because Frame has the leg. He just hooked it a little bit wide. He definitely had enough to make it, but wide left.
Your old coach, Bob Wolfram, always points this out because the beauty in high school football is you attempt that long field goal, you miss it, the other team gets the ball at the 20. So if you punt it in the end zone, other team gets the ball at the 20. You might as well try to score some points out of it. He had it long enough. He just hooked it to the left. So the Eagles will start first and 10 at 20. Hafer wants to throw for it. Looking downfield, looking for Carter Redding, and the ball's up in the air, and it's intercepted. Great play defensively. Alex Newman took it away from Carter Redding. Turnover for the Mustangs.
Wow, great play by Alex Newman there. Just two-hand. It's like he was holding it up in the air like it was a trophy, hanging on to that ball. Senior defensive back, just really nice interception there. Picking off the ball from Jake Hafer going deep.
They were looking for Carter Redding, and it looked like he threw it over the wrong shoulder. Again, there's a lot of breeze up there. Gusts up to 15, 16 miles an hour, and that one may have gotten caught up in the wind a little bit. And Redding was kind of turning back, trying to find it, and ultimately it allowed Alex Newman to pick it off, and Southwestern gets the football right back, now at their own 37-yard line. Again, 14-3 is our score. Exeter on top. Still 4:48 left to go in the half. Graham sets up another flanker screen for Declan Smith. This time Exeter's all over it. They try to strip it out. Smith holds on to it. As forward progress is marked at the 39. It's a gain of just 2.
Yeah, just quick play there by, a bubble screen to Declan Smith. But Declan Smith caught that and just ran right into traffic, right into the box where all the big guys are. If I'm him, I'm staying outside trying to follow my fellow receivers out in space.
It's like making the wrong turn on 422 at 5 o'clock. There's too much traffic there, and it goes as just a 2-yard gain. It is the 5th catch of the night already for Declan Smith. They'll send, again, 2 to the right, 2 to the left with Smith, Declan Smith, that is, slot on the left side. And play action fake. They'll set it up this time for Lax on a flanker screen. He runs it back into traffic, but he'll pick up better yardage to the 45-yard line. That will pick up 6 and put Southwestern in a 3rd and 2.
Another little bubble screen to the short side of the field, and And nice job by, was that Smith?
That was Lax,
No,
number
Lax.
14,
Yeah.
Damian Lax.
Nice job by Lax getting upfield for some extra yards. Cutting their down and distance to 3 yards. 3rd and 3. Actually, 3rd and 2.
Lax, the
Long
smallest
2.
of those 4 receivers at just 5'9" and 175, but he makes his 3rd catch of the day. And now a much more manageable 3rd and 2. Lax and Colton Smith will split out to the left side with Owen Allen split out to the right. They're going to put backs on either side of Graham in the backfield, a different look. Play action fake. Look for the little out pattern. The pass is thrown behind, intercepted on the deflection. Tremendous job by Exeter to come up with the interception, and it's Jaden Ware who catches it off the hands of the intended target, Owen Allen.
Yeah, great play by Jaden Ware on the tip drill, picking that ball off. Bryce Graham's going to want that one back, too, because that was just a one-on-one, one-man route backside, and he threw the ball, left the ball inside. His receiver having to reach for it and stretch and just call it the tip drill. Nice job there by the Exeter defender, Ware, bringing that in for interception.
And in Southwestern territory, Exeter starts to drive at the 47-yard line with 3:08 left to go in the first half. Exeter on top 14-3. Here's a little toss sweep for Zandier. Follows his blockers, 45-40, 35-30. Jaden Zandier is free and clear and headed for 6.
Jaden Zandier had a rest there on the sidelines for a while because when he took that toss sweep, there was nobody catching him. He got around the corner and put on the burners. Went untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
47 more yards for Jaden Zandier, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And Zandier is now 3 yards shy of going over 200 yards rushing for the 4th time this season. We still have 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Just a burst of speed from Jaden Zandier, and once he was across the line of scrimmage, untouched to the end zone. Brannick now comes on for the extra point, and it is good. With 2:58 left to go in the first half, Exeter turns the defense into offense and extends their lead. When we come back to Rifton, Exeter 21, Southwestern 3. Listen to high school football presented by Savage Auto Group on WEEU in Reading.
Life too busy to cook good food? Let Schmeck's Villa prepare your gourmet dinner. With nightly specials Tuesday through Sunday, the fun family atmosphere and delicious food will quickly become a favorite night out. Visit Schmeck's Villa in Exeter Township for a meal you can feel good about. Whether you prefer seafood, a hearty landlubber's meal, or if you're looking for something sweet to cap your night, Schmeck's Villa will hit the spot.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
So after the interception by Jaden Zandier on the very next play, they give by Jaden Ware, they give the ball to Jaden Zandier on the very next play, and he takes it in the end zone for the touchdown with 2:58 left to go in the first half. Big change of events after Exeter throws the interception. Southwestern gives the ball right back, so turnover column right now is even at 1 apiece. Here on the kickoff return for Southwestern, starting from their own 5. On the return is Kieran Glover, and Glover across the 15 to about the 18-yard line. And that's where Southwestern, still with 2 timeouts to work with, will start. Again, now down 21-3 on a warm but breezy night here in Rifton, but we're a little bit warmer than we were a week ago. I want to thank the good folks at Savage Auto Group and Joey Maturi and company with the little extra wardrobe to us here at WEU. These nice down vests they gave us to us. These are beautiful.
These vests are nice. Keep you warm, keep your core warm. Feels nice to be sitting here in comfort.
And
thank you, Joey.
Yeah, and as the season goes on, we'll thank you more and more and more, as sooner or later this weather's going to turn in November. First and 10 from the 18. Graham right back to work. Throws this one again too high, and it's intercepted again. Exeter back with a football. 20 on the 15, 10 on the return. Diving for the end zone. Are they in? Touchdown, Exeter.
Brandon Graham looking to throw the post to Colton Smith. Again, airmails it, throws it high, and
it's Jaden Ware again.
Jaden Ware just all over that. Oski picks it off, takes it in for an interception, takes it to the house for a touchdown.
A death blow delivered by Exeter with still 2:40 left to go in the half. Jaden Ware with his second straight interception, and the offensive wide receiver becomes the man with the ball in his hands and follows his blockers and dives into the end zone for the last couple of yards, and Jaden Ware gets the score for Exeter. Now Exeter missing a man now, it looks like, on special teams, getting somebody out there for the kicking unit. So a little bit late to get somebody onto the field for the extra point attempt. So Franick, who just kicked one, will come in now and kick another. And so on that quickly, it goes interception for Southwestern, interception for Exeter, touchdown Exeter, and now an interception that leads right to the touchdown on the pick six for Jaden Ware. And that quickly, Exeter has opened up a 28-3 lead with still 2:40 left to go in this first half. Matt, it is do or die time right now for Southwestern. They need to come up with something here, run some time on the clock, and at least get to halftime without another body blow.
Yeah, senior quarterback Bryce Graham needs to settle down now. The first interception was a tip drill. He threw it inside to his receiver, didn't put it on him. Tip drill, got intercepted. This last one was definitely one that he wished he had back. He overthrew it, and Jaden Ware, it hit him right between the numbers, and Jaden Ware did the rest. Took it in for a touchdown. But Graham needs to settle down. He needs to start having completions like he has all year. His completion rate on the year was 65% completion, which is really good for a high school quarterback. So I don't know, with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the half, you might see the Roman show here for Southwestern to go in at halftime.
This, again, will be Glover on the kickoff return across the 15, 20, 25, and a flag goes in as he goes down at about the 27-yard line. So we'll see what the flag is all about. Don't forget, tomorrow, a bit of a big game tomorrow. Penn State plays Ohio State, Beaver Stadium. Get it started with Nittany Extra with Rich Garcella and yours truly at 10 o'clock, followed by the Penn State Radio Network pregame show at 10:30. Steve Jones, Jack Ham with the kickoff, 12 noon. Penn State plays host to Ohio State.
Yes, I'm definitely rooting for Penn State on that one. As long as they're not playing Pittsburgh, I am a Penn State fan. I will be rooting for the blue and white. So that's 12 o'clock. I'm surprised that
12 noon.
I'm surprised that game's not kicked back till afternoon game or primetime game like 7 o'clock.
Fox had their choice. They wanted a 12 noon for their big 12 noon kickoff.
I will not be watching. I will be in
Yeah,
Central
you got something
Dolphin.
else to do that day?
Yes,
you got something else to do tomorrow
I'll be
afternoon?
watching the Spartan girls soccer beat up on Trinity.
First and 10 for Southwestern, and Graham does go back to the air, and he finds Colton Smith for the first time out across the 30 to about the 32 and 33-yard line for what will be a Southwestern first down. So Bryce Graham right back to work in the air and hooks up with Colton Smith for a first down to the 33-yard line and a gain of about 15.
Comes right back after throwing an interception. Nice completion. Got two minute drill here. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in the half. Can he get some points on the board? Little slot screen outside.
And a man wide open and breaking tackles out across the 45 and 50. And this is Owen Allen on the reception. That quickly Southwestern is in Exeter territory at the Eagle 48-yard line. 19 more on the first down hookup.
Owen Allen showing a little shiftiness there and some speed getting up the field on just a little bubble screen outside to the boundary.
So he finds Colton Smith and then Owen Allen of back-to-back plays, their first catches of the night. They are big parts of the offense. They almost both split out to the left with Austin Rollman the back also. Slot to the left. Graham in the backfield by himself on 1st and 10. This time they're going to throw it out for Rollman, but it's off his fingertips. Took his eyes off the football, looked upfield to see where he could run, dropped the football, stops the clock with 1:38 left in the half.
There's an instance, Bryce Graham, he was throwing that ball like it was to one of his receivers. Now Roman's a running back, and he's got bigger shoulder pads, so he's got to make it a little bit more catchable. Should have been caught, no question, but Roman's got to make that catch, get up the field, and get out of bounds. Minute 38 left on the clock.
It's a good point, though. I mean, there's your quarterback in you, but that's a situation where you need to hit him right in the number because that way he doesn't have a choice but to do anything. You can't throw it up high, make it catch it with his hands.
Make it easy for your running back. Now that receiver, that right there, out in front for the receiver, let him run with it. Nice throw and catch there.
Declan Smith.
Yeah, from Graham to Declan Smith into the boundary, up the field for a 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain.
Yep, very close to a first down. Be about 2 yards short. Call it 3rd and 2. That is the sixth catch already for Declan Smith. Puts Bryce Graham over 100 yards throwing on the night. But again, we have still a minute 7 to go to halftime. And here they're going to flip it again out to Roman. This time Roman makes a great catch, gets a block, 35-30, 25, and run out of bounds and stops the clock with about 20 seconds left to go. Great block. Colton Smith, as wide receiver, threw a great block for Roman to pick up a first down.
Now, I was just about to say that Graham throws a nice, short to intermediate ball. He made that tough on Roman. Roman, it was thrown behind him. He circled, caught the ball, got up the field, and Carter Redding did a nice job keeping Roman from getting in the end zone on that touchdown-saving tackle.
But for Southwestern's benefit, he does get out of bounds and stops the clock with 58.9 left. This would be huge for the Mustangs to get some points out of this. But this is where they've started to self-destruct a little bit. They settled for 2 different field goals, made the first, missed the second. Little quick hitter, and the ball's deflected, and it's intercepted again.
Carter Redding
at the 45-50 makes a mad miss, and Carter Redding is going to take this one to the house. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage, and on the deflection, Carter Redding intercepts it and takes it the distance.
A 79-yard return for a touchdown, Carter Redding. Incredible. I mean, that was, Bryce Graham, that was tip drill at the line of scrimmage, and unfortunate for the Mustangs, Redding there took it to distance. There was nobody catching him.
And the good news for Exeter is the guys who have had the 2 interceptions, Jaden Ware and Carter Redding, are also their 2 top wide receivers. So once they make the pick and they got the football in their hands, they know what to do with it. And Graham was the only one who had a shot at him. He slipped out of the tackle of the quarterback, and then Carter Redding took it the rest of the way to the house for the touchdown. As Matt said, 79 yards on the interception return for Carter Redding. So 2 pick sixes for the Exeter Eagles. Fronick's extra point is good. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout and reset. It's now Exeter 35, Southwestern 3. More high school football on WEEU when we come back after this.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
So no sooner did I say that the Southwestern Mustangs have been doing a good job to get it inside the red zone, but unfortunately for them, having some issues, and those issues continue with the interception. Again, Matt deflected at the line of scrimmage. Carter Redding gets the credit for it because he gets the pick. Don't know who it was who got their hands up there, but the deflection ultimately set it into motion for Exeter, turn it into another pick six.
Yeah, that ball went end over end when it hit the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was Wegman or on Marino, but I mean, definitely great job by their defensive front getting their hands up and creating that play for Redding to take it to distance for a return of a touchdown.
So now 44 seconds left to go. Southwestern going to come right back out on the field. This again will be Glover. He juggles it. It's on the ground. He picks it up at the 3 and will not. Well, he slips a tackle to get across the 10 to about the 11. I got to tell you, if I'm Tony Schermeyer, I'm having Bryce Graham take a knee right now. I don't think I want to take any more chances.
35 seconds. Give Roman the ball. Let number 4 run the ball. Let's keep the ball out of the air and call it a half and regroup.
Yep. 35-3 is our score. Again, Southwestern will get the football to start the second half. So we'll see what Tony Schermeyer in his 4th season as the head coach at Southwestern decides to do here. It looks like he is going to, he's going to have Graham from the shotgun, but Roman right beside him. And he will hand it off to Roman on a delayed handoff. And again, they will wrap him up from behind and bring him down. That's Logan Wegman again on the tackle from behind. And now Exeter is going to call a timeout. So Matt Bauer is not going to hold on to his timeouts. So he's going to use them and force Southwestern to do something with it after Wegman tackles Roman for a loss back to the 11, makes it 2nd down and 11. So he stops the clock with 28.5 left to go. Exeter still could do this some more. They've still got 2 more timeouts left. They could, if Southwestern doesn't pick up any daylight, Exeter could stop the clock and eventually force them to punt the football and give himself one more shot. So that's the game plan right now, thought process for the Exeter coaching staff. Again, I've mentioned that tomorrow's Penn State, Ohio State. Tomorrow night, 76ers take on the Memphis Grizzlies. That's a 7:30 tip. And then Sunday, Jacksonville Jaguars and Philadelphia Eagles going after one another. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff in Philadelphia. 2nd down and 11 now for the Southwestern Mustangs from their own 11-yard line. And again, as Matt made reference to, first of all, congratulations to Conrad Weiser boys. They won a District 3 AAA soccer championship tomorrow. And again, the Wyomissing girls will be going after the AA championship tomorrow. Central Dauphin High School, 1 o'clock. Wyomissing and Trinity for the 3rd straight year going toe-to-toe with one another for the 2A championship.
Rubber match. 2 years ago, Wyomissing won it. Last year, Wyomissing lost it. The rubber match. Tomorrow, 1.
Graham runs it for a couple to about the 16 and actually got out of bounds and stopped the clock to Exeter's advantage, so it doesn't force Exeter to call a timeout now. Stops the clock with 22 seconds left to go. Into the 5-yard scramble for Graham. Call it 3rd down now and about 6 for the Mustangs. And again, they'll hand it off, and again, they'll get in the backfield. The ball is stripped loose. Ball on the ground, and it looks like Southwestern recovered it. It was not Rollman in the backfield. It was Seth Sullivan, the sophomore, who got the handoff, and Exeter stripped it out of his hands. But Southwestern fortunate to fall on it back at about the 8-yard line. And the clock now stopped by Exeter with 15 seconds left to go because it's 4th down.
Nice play there by Andre Osborne, stripping the ball there, almost creating a turnover himself on the sack in the backfield or the tackle for loss.
So Sullivan actually lost 8 yards on the play on the strip. And now, as we said, that's what Exeter was thinking about, was to try to shut down Southwestern and force them to punt, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So Exeter's going to get another possession here. 15 seconds left to go right now in the first half clock. So you have to first think about it. If you're Exeter, you're going to go after the punt first and see if you can get a punt block, or set up the return and get a short field to go to work with. Jaden Ware will be the punt returner for Exeter. Punter for the Mustangs is junior Dennis Lehman, and he is halfway back into the end zone to punt this football. Everybody else for Exeter but Jaden Ware up near the line of scrimmage. They're coming after it, and he gets the punt off. It's a high short kick, angling it away from Ware so he won't get a return. It takes an Exeter bounce, and nobody's stopping it for Southwestern, and it still keeps rolling in Exeter's advantage all the way down inside the 29-yard line. So it stops the clock with 2.8 seconds left to go. So Exeter's going to get a shot for one play here, but they're now at the 29-yard line. Not quite sure why no one for Southwestern wanted to stop and pick up that football and stop the clock. But it helps Exeter's cause. It rolled another 7 or 8 yards closer to the end zone.
Do they bring out Franek and give him a shot here?
You're looking at about, I'm not quite sure how long of a leg he's got. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are going to bring him out and attempt a field goal here. This will be a 47-yard field goal attempt for Franek.
No, it's not Franek.
It's Robbie Gaston, the senior kicker, who will attempt this long field goal, and it's blocked. Didn't get it very high off the line of scrimmage. It's blocked, and on the return is Calcutt. It's a free football. He's running with the football across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and finally stopped as Exeter was slow to react to that blocked field goal, which was a live football, and that will bring the first half to a conclusion. Whole lot happened over the course of that last couple of minutes, and most of it was to Exeter's advantage, and most of it came on the defensive side. Now, the officials have not yet signaled the end of the half. There was a penalty on the play. They're going to talk to Matt Bauer. Nope. And Matt Bauer said, nope, we'll decline the penalty. We'll head to the locker room. And so that will do it for the first half. 2 quarters in the book. The winner moves on in the District 3 5A playoffs. And the New Oxford awaits the winner of this one. And right now it is the Exeter Eagles 35, the Southwestern Mustangs 3. We'll take a timeout. Back with our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reading.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
You're listening to 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading High School football. And our halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. And when you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. It is halftime, and it is the Exeter Eagles in command in this one, thanks in large part to Jaden Zandier and his defensive teammates. Zandier on the offensive side, and a couple of pick sixes for the Exeter Eagles. And as a result of that, they lead Southwestern by a score of 35-3. Again, Exeter coming into this, they were the 8 seed, Southwestern the 9 seed. And Exeter, after opening up last year's District 3 playoffs with a frustrating loss to Hershey and seeing their season end in the first round, hoping for a better fate in 2024. Through the first 24 minutes, pretty good numbers for Exeter. Southwestern will get the football. We start the second half, but it is Exeter 35, Southwestern 3. We'll take another quick timeout. We continue with our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show. We'll throw it back to the WEU studios. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob, and company will fill you in with some scores with the other games going on involving the Berks County teams and the rest of the District 3 playoffs. When we come back with more high school football presented by Savage Auto Group, WEU in Reading.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Hey, welcome everybody from the studios on the second floor, 4th and Court. I'm Jeff Nolan, halftime here. First week of the postseason, and great to be with you here at the half. Of course, the scoreboard show after the game, all the scores and all the finals of week number 1 of the playoffs. Well, right now, 35-3. Exeter has opened up a can of you-know-what, and they're spreading it around. Unfortunately, the victim tonight is Southwestern. Let's look at the touchdowns as they happen early on. 8:48 left in the first quarter. Jaden Zandier broke one of many, this one of 56 yards for the Eagles.
We'll go with a broken eye now with Genuine Stutzman lining up more as the fullback, and they'll follow him with Zandier. He'll have the first down and more into Southwestern territory. He's in the free and clear, 20, 10. No one's going to catch Jaden Zandier. Touchdown Exeter, 56 yards.
When you got Jaden Zandier, don't need a lot of plays. That was a 2-play drive right there. Continuing here in the first quarter, it was Gavin Frame, 28-yard field goal. They got the Mustangs on the board at the 3:26 mark.
Snap a little bit behind. They get it down and enough on the leg to get it through. Good. And so Southwestern does cash it in on the field goal. Again, 28-yarder.
Right now, that's the only bright spot for the Mustangs. They trail 7-3 at this point, and then late in the first quarter, after a big run by Jaden Zandier, he took a couple plays off, caught his breath, and he came in to finish the drive.
Back to the shotgun, and Zandier back in the backfield. He has it, a huge hole. And Jaden Zandier, when I say walks into the end zone, I mean walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, you could save that walk for prom season, perhaps, but that was an easy one. Zandier, 5-yard touchdown run. Now he's got 2 in the first quarter. We go to the third quarter, and this all happened very late. Once again, Zandier put on the track shoes, and this time he went 47 yards.
First half, Exeter on top 14-3. Here's a little toss sweep for Zandier. Follows his blockers, 45-40, 35-30. Jaden free and clear and headed for 6.
A 47-yard touchdown run by Zandier. And now we go just 18 seconds later. Defense gets involved for the Eagles. It was Jaden Ware with this 36-yard interception for 6.
First and 10 for the 18. Graham right back to work. Throws this one again too high, and it's intercepted again. Exeter back with a football. 20 on the 15, 10 on the return. Diving for the end zone. Are they in? Touchdown, Exeter.
Well, less than a minute later, teammate Carter Redding said, well, Jaden, if you can do it, I can do it better. And it was Redding with the pick for 79 yards.
Little quick hitter. The ball's deflected, and it's intercepted again. Carter Redding at the 45-50 makes a mad miss, and Carter Redding is going to take this one to the house. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage, and on the deflection, Carter Redding intercepts it and takes it the distance.
So those 3 touchdowns happened in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. It's icing on the cake right now for the Eagles. They go into the locker room with a commanding 35-3 lead over Southwestern. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll run the halftime scores. This is the Halftime Report right here on 830 WEEU.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of.
Life too busy to cook good food? Let Schmeck's Villa prepare your gourmet dinner. With nightly specials Tuesday through Sunday, the fun family atmosphere and delicious food will quickly become a favorite night out. Visit Schmeck's Villa in Exeter Township for a meal you can feel good about. Whether you prefer seafood, a hearty landlubber's meal, or if you're looking for something sweet to cap your night, Schmeck's Villa will hit the spot.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, from the studios here in Reading. I'm Jeff Nolan. Nice to have you with us here as we are at the break, 35-3. It is Exeter with the lead right now, and they have things well in hand. Let's look at other scores in the area and remind you we update you after the game with all the finals. In 6A action tonight, there are 2 games And right now, Governor Mifflin on the road against Cumberland Valley. They trail 21-6 at the break. It is our own Rod Frisco. We'll talk about that game on the postseason. Hempfield leads Cedar Crest 17-14 currently at the half. Cedar Crest won the earlier meeting this season. Winner of this game gets Wilson. We'll talk to the winning coach in the 11 o'clock hour on the scoreboard show, so stay tuned for that, depending upon who wins. Let's go to 5A, Warwick and Shippensburg, and a battle of teams that are, Shippensburg was the number 2 seed going into the weekend last weekend. They got lost. They dropped to number 5. Shippensburg and Warwick tied at 7 right now. At the half, winner gets Conestoga Valley. Hershey and Cocalico. It's the Eagles of Cocalico with a touchdown lead, 21-14 as they get close to the break. Our Adam Cook will tell us about that one on the postgame show. And Bishop McDevitt shutting out Lower Dauphin late in the second quarter. That is 28-0. Winner of that one gets Conrad Weiser next week. We go to 4A Elko with a 17-0 halftime lead over Octorara. And the gift that they get is Lampeter Strasburg next Friday night, the top seed. East Pennsboro and Susquehannock. Right now, it is East Pennsboro with a late first half lead, 28-0. While missing, awaits the winner of that one. We'll get a post-game report from that game as well. We have 7 post-game reports coming up after the game. How about this one? This is a beautiful one. Berks Catholic on the road going to Biglersville tonight, which is Biglersville is a haul and a half from here. That's all I know. I don't know as far as miles and hours, but I know that it's far. Berks Catholic making the most of this trip. They lead 28-0 late in the first half. They will play, the winner of this game plays Bermudian Spring, the top seed in 3A next week. And Schuylkill Valley pasting Littlestown tonight. Now, last I saw from Jarrett Montalto was 28-0 or 42-0 halftime score for the Panthers of Schuylkill Valley. And Logan Naraki, who broke the single-season passing record in the second quarter, threw for 265 yards and 4 touchdowns and 12 for 14 attempts in the first half. So there you go. And Cohen Gerner also broke Schuylkill Valley's all-time receiving yards record in that game as well. So right now, Schuylkill Valley in a romp, 42-0 at the half over York Adams representative Littlestown. 2A, Steel High and Upper Dauphin, a 1-4 matchup. Steel High with the top seed, 14-14 late first half, defending 3A Class 3 Single A champions from a year ago, Steel High. And Lancaster Catholic leads Camp Hill at the half, 19-7. Winners meet in that one. We go off the grid. Now, off the grid, Muhlenberg and William Allen playing for the 5A, 6A Eastern Conference championship. It's a 16-0 lead for Muhlenberg. Cameron Small sets the all-time leading rushing single-season record, 1,883 yards. He beat Jason Reinhardt's record that was held since 1998. Congratulations, Cameron Small. Also, Cooper Burr with a fumble recovery in that one. Down the road, we get to Coatesville and Downingtown West District 1. And that is Coatesville leading Downingtown West late in the first half. Downingtown West beat Coatesville 14-7. That's on off the grid only because that would generally be a semifinal or final game in District 1, but that is an opening round matchup there. So that's how the scores look at the moment. We'll take another timeout and come back with more. Looking at all the scores at the halftime right here on 830 WEEU online, 830WEEU.com.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve. And we welcome you back one more time here at the half. I'm Jeff Nolan along with Matt Knob. Matt's going to join us here and the post-game show, and Carson Sadazan as well. Coming up in the post-game show, we will have reports from the Littlestown Schuylkill Valley game with Jarrett Montalto. Eric Epler will talk to us about the Upper Dauphin Steel High game as well. Berks Catholic in Biglersville will check in with Jack Gleckler from the York Daily Record. Tom DiMartino will introduce him from Penn Live to our audience as he's got coverage of Susquehannock and East Pennsboro. Adam Cook checks in from the Hershey-Cocalico game. Our buddy Rod Frisco, Governor Mifflin, and Cumberland Valley. In the 11 o'clock hour, depending upon who wins, we either talk to Nicholas Lambros from Cedar Crest or George Yeager from Hempfield. So a lot going on, and maybe we'll reach out to a coach or two that picked up a win here in the first round, but we've got some great football. We'll have all the finals on the scoreboard show. Again, at the half here, Exeter with a 35-3 lead over Southwestern. From the boys in the studio, I'm Jeff Nolan. One more time out, we'll send it back out to Exeter. That's where Bob and Matt away. Folks, we'll see you after the game. Life too busy to cook good food? Let Schmeck's Villa prepare your gourmet dinner. With nightly specials Tuesday through Sunday, the fun family atmosphere and delicious food will quickly become a favorite night out. Visit Schmeck's Villa in Exeter Township for a meal you can feel good about. Whether you prefer seafood, a hearty landlubber's meal, or if you're looking for something sweet to cap your night, Schmeck's Villa will hit the spot.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of.
Welcome back to our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show along with Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool. It is the Exeter Eagles on top of the Southwestern Mustangs by a score of 35-3. Thanks to Jeff Nolan and Matt Knob and company. Again, they'll be back at the end of our coverage here from Rifton with the scoreboard show. They'll fill you in on everything that's going on as they did with our halftime show, but in much more greater detail and with some interviews with some coaches as well. When the scoreboard show picks up our coverage. Again, here is what's happened in case you missed any of it in the first half. It was two components for Exeter. It was the offense and Jaden Zandier, and it was the defense of the Eagles as well, putting the points on the board. Jaden Zandier with a 56-yard touchdown run and a 5-yard touchdown run, and then following that up with a 47-yard touchdown run. In between all of that was a Gavin Frame 28-yard field goal for Southwestern York. And then it was the defense for Exeter that kicked it into another level with a couple of interceptions that they returned for touchdowns. One for Jaden Ware from 40 yards and the other from Carter Redding on a tipped ball. He picked it off and ran 79 yards for the score. But Matt Lytle, they talk a lot about big plays and in the game of football, quick strikes, call it what you want, impact plays. That's what Exeter has had tonight, impact plays. Again, offense with Jaden Zandier. Once he's been free and clear, they have opened up some massive holes for Jaden Zandier to run through. And when you do that, he's going to do the rest.
Yeah, you're right. He's got, I mean, he hit there's been some big holes open tonight. I mean, Logan Wegman and company on that front line, both offensively and defensively, Logan Wegman and company, they are handling, they're winning in the trenches, on every down. And, Zandier, you talk about Zandier, he had 6 carries, 197 yards, and 3 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was 56. The other was 45. I mean, the guy can just hit you from anywhere in the field. Having that type of impact player, like you said, it's very valuable, right? They got to know, the defense needs to know where he is at on every play.
And just to give the big boys some credit, we talk about the offensive line and then that defensive line. Some of them are the same, which is pretty customary in high school football. But the center, Joel Marino, Avin Acuna and Andre Osborne, the guards, Kevin Oswald and Logan Wegman, the tackles. And then they flip around on the defensive side. Cameron Aiken has been excellent tonight from one defensive end, and Marino is the other. Then Wegman and Oswald clogging things up in the middle. But to the point we're talking about, they're doing a job on the offensive side, open up the holes, throw Genuine Stutzman in there because as the H-back, he throws a lot of the lead blocks. They run off of him and his hip a lot. So they're opening up the holes on the offense. And then the defense, they've sacked Bryce Graham once. They've deflected the ball on one occasion that led to the Carter Redding interception, and they have tackled extremely well. They have brought the ball carrier down, whether it be the quarterback Graham or the running back Roman. They've actually tackled him from behind on some handoffs. So they're just simply winning the battle up front on both offensive and defensive lines tonight for Exeter.
Yeah, Wegman and company, they're winning in the trenches for sure. And, on the other side of the ball, the offense it's pretty much been Bryce Graham, the Bryce Graham show. He's thrown the ball 24 times, 13 for 24 for 123 yards, but 3 interceptions. He had 3 interceptions coming into this game all year, and he's thrown 3. And I go back to the first drive of the game. Graham threw a beautiful ball on a post route where his receiver was a couple yards behind the defender, and he overshot him. That was a missed opportunity for the Mustangs out of the gate. And then you've got it's not a bad read, or he's not making bad decisions with the ball. That's Bryce Graham, the quarterback for the Mustangs. He's just not throwing the ball very well. They're not his accuracy, and I don't know. Honestly, it's probably from the penetration up front from the defensive line. Wegman and company and the Exeter Eagles are applying that pressure. So he's getting rid of the ball quick. His feet are a little antsy, but ultimately his accuracy is lacking tonight.
Yeah, I'm also curious about the mindset. I didn't really ask Matt Bauer the question because I kind of knew what the answer would be from him. I don't know that I would have believed the answer from him. But I go back to last season when Exeter made the district playoffs last year. Again, they've made the district playoffs 12 times last 13 years. But last year, first-round playoff game, they took on Hershey. They had the lead in that game, and they ultimately lost it. They lost 28-27. They see their season come to an end. I think if we asked Matt Bauer beforehand, is the subject of last year's first-round loss, have you talked about it at all? I'm sure he would have said no, but I don't think I would have believed him because I got to think these kids were a part of that last year. Jaden Zandier had a couple of fumbles in that game last year. If you're in that situation, and you've been in that situation as a player, you're not supposed to think about what happened last year. It's in the past, but yet you do.
Yo, you definitely do, right? That's it's brought up, right? You tear that scab open, you learn from the past. But this is a district game, right? And I know there's sportsmanship, and you don't want to run the score up. But I would look, I would look tonight to see Exeter in this second half come out firing on all cylinders, making sure they put this game away for good. 35-3 is pretty good, but I don't think they're done yet.
Well, if history is anything to bear that out, they lost 2 weeks ago to Conestoga Valley, 28-27. They came back last week. They beat Elizabethtown 71-0. So I think that kind of exactly personifies exactly what you're talking about. Here's where this game is going to flip. It's going to flip very early in this third quarter because Southwestern is going to get the football to start. Mustangs need to put something together because if Exeter stops them and scores, the mercy rule goes into effect. It's that quickly because it's 35-3. So the Mustangs must do something with this football as they get set to start the third quarter. Second half of tonight's game presented by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency. They can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. District 3 football playoffs. It's the opening night. Our coverage will continue next week, and we hope for several more weeks yet to come here on WEEU. Just getting things started. Nobody does the postseason like WEEU, and our coverage will continue. Thanks to the boys back at WEEU and all of us who have gotten out there and done some work through the week to get you some of these interviews that we have. And check them out on our social media pages, whether that be on X, on Instagram, or on Facebook. Great stuff. We've had some of these biked up interviews where we're putting mics on the kids at practices and has gotten a lot of bounce off of social media from it. It's awesome stuff, and I hope you get a chance to check us out. Again, our 830 WEU Sports YouTube page. You can watch the games for free there, and we are now broadcasting tonight's game and future games as well on Facebook Live. So lots of ways in which you can consume high school sports, brought to you by WEU and presented to you by the Savage Auto Group. Southwestern starts first and 10 from the 28-yard line. Again, it's a 35-3 lead for Exeter, and the Mustangs starting from their own 28-yard line. They will hand it off to Roman. Roman will pick his way, break a tackle at the 30, 35 and out close to the 40, and Austin Rollman with his most productive run will run for a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Carter Redding coming in out of the secondary, coming in to make the tackle. First play as second half. Rollman having a nice big run to start the second half for the Mustangs.
And again, Tony Schermeyer talking to us before the game said that that's what they did a lot more of in 2023, but they just didn't have the offensive line, he didn't feel like, to be able to do that. So he runs for 10 there. Let's see if they don't try to do that a little bit more. This time they'll play fake it, and they'll roll it out instead, and Graham will throw it to Colton Smith, who will make the catch. A little safe pass across the 40 to about the 42, and a gain of a solid 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, interesting play there. It was like a play action fake the dive to Rollman. Then he scrambled to his right and threw the ball to the sidelines to Colton Smith, and Colton Smith got up the field for a gain of 4 yards.
It's not, but it's basically a lateral.
Yeah,
it's it's as safe as a lateral.
I didn't know if Colton Smith was looking to throw the ball there for a minute.
The way it was set up, it kind of had that look to it with that little screen pass out on the flat. But ultimately, it's a 4-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Declan Smith, who was the top receiver for the Mustangs in the first half, lined up in a slot. They'll roll right instead. Little jump ball, and the ball is knocked away. They were looking for Damian Lax. There were 2 Eagle players there closing in tightly, and they knock it away. It's 3rd down.
So that was a little rollout, and they threw a little wrinkle in there. That was Damian Lax doing a hitch and go. So they pump faked it on the rollout, and Lax got behind the defender. And again, Bryce Graham put too much air on it, almost got intercepted.
Yeah, it was Carter Redding closing in from his free safety spot, and he had a lot of time to go close in on it because of the height on that football. And Graham is fortunate that was not interception number 4. Instead, it's 3rd down and 6 now for the Mustangs. Langston Colton Smith will split out on the left side. And Graham looking that way. A little slant end pass and a heavy collision. Lax was his intended target, but coming through and breaking it up was Aiden Double.
Lax running an in route there and looked like he was flattening it. It was man-to-man. He was flattening the route, and Graham threw it up the field more of a post type of angle, and Graham had some heat on that ball. It was good that was deflected or knocked down as well. That could have been intercepted. Tip ball interception.
Aiden Double went for the tackle instead of the football and separates the football from Damian Lax, and now it's 4th down. But again, in this situation, in this game, not really much to go to decide here. Southwestern's going to go for it on 4th and 6 from their own 42-yard line. Going for it all, looking for the home run ball in that post pattern, but it's well over the head of Owen Allen, and interception. And on downs, Exeter will take possession.
Yeah, Owen Allen in the slot, running a streak route, got behind the defender, and Graham, I don't know if it's getting held up by the wind up there, but it was definitely about 3-4 yards over the receivers out of his reach, and Mustangs are going to punt.
So Tony Schermeyer decided, you know what, it was a 2-hour ride to get here. There's no reason for us to think about punting the football. They go for it. And now here comes the danger point, because Exeter gets the football back and they start in Southwestern territory at the Mustang 42-yard line. Opening series for Exeter here in quarter number 3. They lead it 35-3. And the give is to Zandier. Big hole. And then he'll take it across the Mustang 40. Declan Smith will make the tackle at about the 37 and a gain of 5.
Yeah, Declan Smith and Colton Cassetta, sophomore linebacker, came up and wrapped Zandier up. I thought Zandier was going to hit himself off the goalpost again.
It's a 5-yard gain for Jaden Zandier. That's, as Matt said, 197 yards in the first half. Goes for 5 on his first touch here in the second.
He's at 7 for 203 right now.
That is the 4th time this season, and this is week number 11, that he's over 200 yards. Hafer going to flip this one out. Pass is caught. I believe that's Stutzman inside the 30 and down close to the 25-yard line on the completion to the H-back, Genuine Stutzman. That'll be an Exeter first down.
Nice little swing route out there to Stutzman, giving Stutzman, the fullback, an opportunity to make a play with the ball rather than just doing all the heavy lifting and blocking. So nice play call there by Exeter's offense coordinator to get everybody involved.
First down pickup of 12 yards. First down for the Eagles through the air.
first completion, wasn't it, for Hafer?
He had one completion in the first early on in the football game for 4 yards. That was it. That was to Carter Reddick. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's Zandier, picks his way through. Not going to happen this time. Much better job to knock him off stride as he tried to cut away. And
Roman.
It was Roman. Yep.
Roman on the tackle.
Yep. Drops him just across the 25. Call him at the 23. It's a gain of 2. Second down and 8 now coming up for Exeter.
That was a counter running back into traffic there for Zandier. Look for Zandier to get outside now.
Jaden Ware splits out to the left. Carter Redding splits out to the right. Stutzman will be on a wing on the right. And now he'll shift back into the backfield. They'll go into that pistol set. Play action fake. Hafer will roll out. He's going to throw underneath for Stutzman. He got room to run. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Exeter. Well set up play. Genuine Stutzman. Easy pickings. Takes it in 23 yards. Touchdown pass.
Beautiful little rollout there by Jake Hafer. Throwing a flat route to Stutzman, and Stutzman did the rest. Went untouched in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Well thrown ball there by Hafer. That southpaw out of Exeter.
6th touchdown pass reception of the season for Genuine Stutzman. 4th for Jake Hafer since he took over. Again, Riley Martinez, the junior quarterback, shaken up in the win over Muhlenberg in week number 7. The extra point is good by Jake Franick. With 9 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Exeter extends its lead. It's now the Eagles 42 and Southwestern 3. We'll take a timeout. Back to Rifton with more after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
So everything going the way of the Exeter Eagles tonight. They are now in command, and with that touchdown pass from Jake Hafer to Genuine Stutzman, it will kick the mercy rule into play. And so the game will be a much shorter scenario now with the clock continuing to run, with the exception of timeouts and scores. On the kickoff return, it's Brooklyn Calcutt for the Mustangs. He's across the 30 and out to about the 31 or 32-yard line, and that's where Southwestern will go back to work. Southwestern started the second half looking like they could move the football a little bit, but ultimately that drive comes to a stop shy of midfield, and they'll start this drive at around their own 33-yard line. 9:03 remaining in the third quarter. Tyler Flanders a little bit late to get back on the field now for Exeter. Will be out there plenty of time over with the snap from Bryce Graham, who's in the backfield by himself. Now Roman will shift back into the backfield again. Sidecar to his left, and Roman will get the handoff. Slips out of a couple tackles, but eventually the pursuit of the Eagles will stack him up. Roman doesn't go down easy. Fights his way out to about the 40 and a gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, nice off-tackled run. Just out of the shotgun, handed off to Roman. Roman carrying some Exeter defenders there down the field. Chugging, pumping his legs. Second and a short 3.
He takes it to the 40 for a gain of 7.
I would think Bob, at 42-3, at what point in time do you think Coach Schermeyer brings in junior quarterback Jensen Ermlet, junior, 6'4", 160-pound quarterback, their backup quarterback, to give him some reps for the next year?
Roman breaking free. It's a very valid point, and Roman will break free for the first down. Sure, you give your guys and your seniors a chance to maybe at least take it through the third quarter, but you start thinking about it. I mean, these guys have done what they've done. They have taken you back to the district playoffs for the 4th year in a row, but if you're thinking about it, you start thinking about giving some guys a chance to play in this kind of an atmosphere and start looking at what you got for 2025. No doubt about it. Exeter, on the other hand, can start thinking about a road trip to New Oxford next Friday night. That's what's lies ahead for the Eagles. As the 8 seed, they'll take on the number 1 seed, unbeaten New Oxford next week. Graham going to heave it out again, looking for that deep post pass, and it's intercepted again. It's Carter Redding on the pick. Carter Redding on the return, 25-30. Looking for a block, has the block across the 40, across midfield. Stiff arms his way out of a tackle, and eventually gets run out of bounds at about the Southwestern 35. Interception number 4 on the night, second for Carter Redding.
Nice deep ball thrown by Bryce Graham there by the Mustangs. It was, beautiful ball, just, a couple, 2-3 yards over his receiver's head. It looked like Carter Redding was the receiver. He made a beautiful catch on that as like a receiver, but unfortunately he was the defender. Caught it, 2 hands outstretched, brought it down, and did a very nice return all the way back to the Mustangs' 36-yard line.
36-yard line indeed, with 6:49 left to go. And again, the running clock in effect here for the Exeter offense. Leo Brown is now in there as the back in the backfield. They handed off to Stutzman. The ball came loose, but he's going to fall on it. Stutzman dropped it, kicked it, and then fell on top of it. And it turns into almost a first down.
The H-back or fullback in Stutzman, if he wants to continue carrying the rock, he better put that thing away. He better cradle it and, cover those 4 points for sure.
Now, technically, it's going to show up that he ran for a 7-yard gain on that play, but he really didn't. He kind of drop-kicked the football 7 yards and then fell on top of it.
Coach Bauer is going to think twice about handing it to his H-back if that's the case.
2 receivers, Ware and Redding, split out to the left. Right now, they've caught more footballs from Southwestern than they have from their own quarterback. Redding will go in motion. They'll hand it off to him on a jet sweep. Tries to turn upfield, now cuts back against the grain inside the 25 and down to about the 21. It's going to be enough for an Exeter first down on the jet sweep handoff to Carter Redding.
Yeah, nice glorified jet sweep in motion, handing off to Redding. Redding getting the corner, getting outside wide with a head of steam upfield for a first down.
And that's the value of Carter Redding. He can do so much for you as on the field. That's his first carry of the night. He's got 1 reception on the night. We've already seen what he has done as the free safety, coming up with a couple of picks. He's also the holder on special teams, and that can come invaluable as well on a bad snap. It's now 1st and 10 for Exeter at the Southwestern 21-yard line. And Leo Brown is in there in the backfield. And here's that counter handoff again to Stutzman. He's got a hole, he's got the football, and he's in the end zone. Genuine Stutzman will take it in, 21 yards, touchdown for Exeter.
Really nice action there by Hafer. He faked the toss and quick-handed it underneath to Stutzman like fullback action. Stutzman hit that A-gap, that off-center guard gap, A-gap, and went to the weak side of the field and went in, carrying a defender into the end zone. Nice run there by Stutzman.
Well, basically a counter handoff, almost looked like a little wing T action in the way they got everybody going one way and then a counter handoff back the other way. And so back-to-back touchdowns now for Genuine Stutzman, 1 as the receiver and now 1 as the runner.
Almost like a little scissors trap to the fullback.
Extra point is good, and Exeter continues the impressive performance tonight in front of their home crowd. 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. It's now Exeter 49, Southwestern 3. Another timeout. Back with more high school football presented by Savage Group on WEEU in Reading.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA crafted crunch.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Here's another kickoff return opportunity for Brooklyn Calcutt. He's got a head of steam across the 30-35 and eventually gets knocked down at about the 40-yard line. So now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds and counting remaining in the third quarter, the Mustangs back out on the field on offense. But it has been all Exeter tonight as the Eagles have done what they wanted to do on both offensive and defensive sides of the football. No doubt Matt Bauer is going to start working some extra guys in there, and he has. His defensive second unit defense is starting to work its way back out on the field now, with the Mustangs having it 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yeah, it was a nice return there by Brooklyn Calcutt all the way out to the 40-yard line. So putting his team in good field position on this drive.
Graham again with 3 on his left, 1 on his right. And the give is to Kleindinst, who's in there now, who shifted in the backfield. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually lost a yard back to the 39-yard line, make it 2nd down and 11. Kleindinst with his first carry of the game. He did have a nice catch earlier in the football game, helped set them up for what turned into their first score and ultimately their only score, which was a 28-yard field goal back in the first quarter. Clock continues to run. It will be a running clock for the remainder of this football game with Exeter in command. Graham again in the backfield by his lonesome. Now 2 backs shifted in, and one of them shifts back out. Kleindinst will stay there. Graham wants to throw for it. Little simple out route. Pass is caught by Lax. Lax fights his way, trying to get to the sticks, and looks like he's got to the sticks and does have a first down in Exeter territory. On a gain of 12, it'll be 1st and 10.
Now that throw there, Bryce Graham set his feet, threw a nice out route there to Dax, and it was a really well thrown ball. I thought looked good in the pocket there, set his feet, and it was very well thrown.
4th catch of the day for Damian Lax. It's a first down at the Exeter 49-yard line. Now Rollman again will shift back into the backfield. And the handoff is to the senior running back, and Exeter will stand him up. He pushes back to get maybe a yard or 2 to about the Exeter 47 and a gain of 2. 14th carry of the football game for Austin Rollman in his final game. We talked with Tony Schermeyer about Rollman, about what might be ahead for him and whether or not he wants to play in college. Coach Schermeyer said, I think he should. I'd like to see him do so. Very intelligent kid. He's thinking about heading to Johns Hopkins. He'd like him to play football there, but Rollman hasn't decided yet whether or not he wants to play football, but he's getting some encouragement from his head coach to keep playing football. 2nd down and 9 after he picks up a yard on first down. Declan Smith, who's had an excellent game and a comeback season for him. The senior who was shaken up earlier, he'll slot out to the right side. 3 receivers to the left, looking for the out route for Smith. Instead, he goes for Leaks, and it's almost intercepted again. He threw the pass again behind his receiver, Lax, and it was almost picked off again by Exeter. It falls incomplete. It's 3rd and 9.
Actually, Bob, that was in and out of the hand of Damian Lax. It was a flat curl combination, and it went right through Lax's hands. And the defender on that almost dove and made another interception on that. So, I mean, I thought that was right on the money there that time by Graham, and fortunate it did hit the turf.
So even on the incomplete pass with the mercy rule in effect, the clock continues to run, now down inside of a minute 20 remaining in this third quarter. By the time that Southwestern eventually comes to the line of scrimmage and takes the snap, Mustangs not in any hurry. Lax again will split out to the right. 3 receivers split out to the left. Graham will roll to his right. Again, looking for Lax. That one too hot to handle, and off the shoulder pad and incomplete.
Yeah, a little rollout to the boundary there, looking for Lax again, and a little bit high and too hot to handle. Was right at the sticks if he did complete that pass, and now it's 4th down. Looks like Mustangs are going to punt it.
They will indeed punt the football. No reason to bother to try to gamble at this. They gambled on their first series with really nothing left to lose, and ultimately did not pick up the first down. Exeter took the football and scored. Genuine Stutzman on the pass for the touchdown. Then the last time out, Stutzman runs it in. So they'll punt. And the ball off the hands of the return man for Exeter. And it was not Redding back there, but they bring in another return man. It was Donovan Alvarez who was back there. And fortunately for Exeter, the Eagles will recover it, as Alvarez kind of misjudged that one a little bit. And with 20 seconds left to go, Exeter has the football. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And they are right around the 20, right at their own 20-yard line.
Alvarez must not have touched.
I guess
that
it went
ball
right
at
through
all.
it.
Right through his hands.
I don't know how.
Through the breadbasket, hits the ground, pops up in the air, and Southwest, they just downed it where it's at on the 20-yard line. Exeter ball.
So it looks like Jake Hafer's night is over with. Gavin Odom, sophomore quarterback, is in there now as the man in the backfield, but we'll find all of that out in quarter number 4. The third quarter comes to an end. Another good one for the home team as Exeter puts 2 more scores on the books. And we'll head to the final 12 minutes when we get back to Rifton with Exeter in command over Southwestern by a score of 49-3.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
We start the fourth quarter alongside Matt Lytle. My name is Bob McCool. 1st and 10 for the Exeter Eagles from their own 20. They're in command 49-3. They'll hand it off to Leo Brown. Brown finds an opening. Brown off the races, shakes a tackle to 35, and Leo Brown is going to take it to the house. 80 yards for the touchdown.
Leo Brown goes untouched. Gavin Odom, number 16, new quarterback in the game, 5'9", 135-pound sophomore, hands it off to Leo Brown. Leo Brown goes untouched. 80 yards, turns on the afterburners. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, those of you who are Exeter Eagle fans who want to know what happens after Jaden Zandier graduates in June, let me introduce you to their tailback in 2025. Junior Leo Brown has some quicks as well. He was off, shook a tackle, and was gone. 80 yards for his 5th touchdown of the season. And the good times continue to roll on for the Exeter Eagles. First play from scrimmage in the 4th quarter, and it was Leo Brown with another big strike for the Eagles. They now lead it 56-3 as the extra point is again good. But Leo Brown showing he's got some quicks as well. And the touchdown run for Exeter. So shaping up to be a pretty good night for Berks County High School football teams on this opening night of the districts. Schuylkill Valley was in command during our halftime show. Berks Catholic off to a great start in their game. Both those two playing in AAA. Governor Mifflin in a battle with Cumberland Valley in 6A, but here we are in 5A, and Exeter is in command of this one. Again, Exeter is going to move on and play New Oxford. Don't forget Conrad Weiser is a part of the 5A playoffs. Alan Moyer's team went 10-0. They won Section 3 of the Lancaster Lebanon League. They are the number 3 seed. They'll await the winner of the game between Bishop McDevitt and Lower Dauphin. That is a tough draw for the Scouts. Bishop McDevitt is and could be very much of a handful. That game will be in Robisonia next Friday night. Exeter headed to New Oxford next Friday night. They will take on the number 1 seed 1 week from tonight. The clock stops for the time being on the touchdown. Again, other than injuries, a called timeout or score. The clock continues to roll in this mercy rule. And this, again, will be Calcutt on the kickoff return from his own 10 to the 20, 25, looking for some place to go, and eventually just goes down at about the 26-yard line. Wind continues to whip around here at Rifton. Been playing through steady breeze throughout the night. Expected maybe a little bit of those long, deep routes that Bryce Graham was trying to throw.
Looks like we'll still see Bryce Graham. We saw Exeter's backup quarterback come in, and Bryce Graham's still coming into the huddle.
Yeah, it looks like still pretty much all the first unit offense still out there for Southwestern. As Lax will come out split left with Colton Smith split right. And a 4-receiver spread set, but before that, a whistle and a timeout called. Somebody, I believe, did not have the right personnel on the field. I think Exeter called a timeout. I don't know that they had 11 out there. So Exeter calls the timeout. It's the only reason they would call the timeout is because they did not have enough men on the field. So Exeter calls the timeout before the snap. And that's what can happen in this spot in the game where you're starting to get second unit, maybe even some third unit guys in there, depending on the situation. Somebody wasn't ready for their number to be called. And so Exeter has to burn the timeout. Again, I'll remind you to stick around coming up for our post-game show presented to you by Pizza Como. We'll have our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game, our American Diner play of the game. Plus, we'll also have words on the field with winning coach Matt Bauer. Matt Light will also catch up with one of the players on the field as well for Exeter, all part of our postgame show. Then we'll throw things back to the studios at WEEU for our scoreboard show, all coming up when this one and the clock hits 0. First and 10 for the Mustangs, and they'll hand it off again to Rollman. Rollman has stood up immediately and driven backwards right at the line of scrimmage, and Exeter wins that battle of scrimmage and drops Rollman for maybe a gain of a yard. That's it.
There was a lot of penetration up the middle there, but I think that was Fam Pruitt, sophomore 5'10 linebacker, came up and lowered his shoulder and sent Rollman going backwards.
Forward progress gives him a yard. That's it. Second down and 9 now. Line of scrimmage is the 28 for the Mustangs. Owen Allen splits out to the right. Damian Lax actually comes off the field here as Kleindens will be the 4th receiver. Play action fake. They're going to throw that little underneath route again for Declan Smith, and he'll take it across the 40, and a Mustang first down on the pickup of a gain of about 15 yards and a first down for Southwestern.
Yeah. Bryce Graham fakes handoff to Rollman and stands up tall, hits the bubble screen to Declan Smith. Declan Smith gets up the field. Looks like it's coming. Is it flag on the play?
Yep, holding on Southwestern, so a 15-yard gain is wiped out for the Mustangs. So instead of having it first and 10 at the 43, they are going to get backed up instead. So they'll mark it back instead to the 23-yard line. And they'll make it first down and 15 now. Or second down, and 15 coming up for Southwestern. Again, clock continuing to run inside of 10 minutes left to go in the football game. Three receivers for the right for Graham, one to his left. Not under any pressure, just heaves this one straight up in the air, looking for Lax, but it's going to float out of bounds. Lax well covered.
Graham's got to keep that ball in bounds, got to give Lax a chance to make a play, and, when you throw it out of bounds, it's a lost opportunity again. Now, there is some gusts of winds taking place right now, so that is a factor. I would put less. If I'm Graham, I'd put less air onto the ball and throw it more on a line.
Yeah, he almost threw that just straight up in the air, and all you're doing is giving the defense a chance to get there and also get the wind into it. It is a crosswind blowing pretty much from Exeter's sideline to Southwestern sideline. It's third down and 15 now after the incomplete pass. Allen and Colton Smith split out on the right side. Lax and Declan Smith on the left. Now Declan Smith goes in motion to the right side. Graham will roll that way, stops, plants, throws, and a great job breaking it up. Well played defensively by Jake Franick. Not just the kicker, but also a defensive back, and he made the play. coming through and knocking it away.
Tell you what, he did make a heck of a play. Franek made a touchdown saving knockdown or defense there because Colton Smith had him on the corner route by a couple yards. He dove, knocking that ball down to prevent the touchdown. Great defensive effort there.
So we'll bring up 4th down, and again, Southwestern will have to punt the football. Return man for Exeter now is Dylan Donati. Junior will let it go, and it will hit and roll eventually out of bounds, and Exeter will get the football again. 7:49 left to go in the fourth quarter. Exeter has touched the ball 3 times in this second half. They have scored all 3 times. They have run a total of 8 plays. So Southwestern is going to look good in the time of possession column, but that's about it. Exeter's done just about what they needed to do. And don't forget, they've also had 4 interceptions in this football game and run 2 of them back for touchdowns. Exeter now has it at their own 41-yard line after the punt. 7:30 remaining in this football game.
New quarterback, Stefan Fuller coming in, freshman quarterback, 6 foot, 155-pounder.
Saw him warming up on the sideline earlier on in the third quarter. Now some confusion for Exeter. They got too many. This time they got too many men on the field. So they called a timeout before because on defensive side because they only had 10 on the field. This time they're going to have to call a timeout to prevent the fact they had 12. They're just going to take the penalty. That's the smart play at this point in time, is just take the penalty, go back 5 yards. So again, Stefan Fuller, freshman quarterback. And he will hand it off. And back there to take the handoff is Donovan Alvarez, who was, of course, that man on the punt return earlier. Now Fuller will come out. Gavin Odom will come back in. So kind of rotating quarterbacks right now, just coming to the sideline, talking to J.P. Gibbons, the offensive coordinator, and just rotating plays in with their quarterbacks, giving 2 guys a chance to get some playing time here. As the ball's now at the 38-yard line. Second down at about 13. Well, Odom the quarterback, Alvarez still the tailback, and Alvarez will get the handoff. Trying to find some daylight, won't find much. Across the 45 and bounces it to about the 46-yard line to bring up 3rd down.
This is great live action, and bullets flying for these young Exeter quarterbacks in Odom and Fuller. And they're platooning, in and out each play, running to the sidelines, getting the play and swapping. But 6 minutes left, getting some mop-up duty in a district football game. Pretty exciting to be a freshman and sophomore.
Getting a chance to play in week 11 is what the varsity kids all think about. This is some kids who are JV kids who are getting a chance to play. And they'll hand off again to Alvarez. Will take it to the 50. It's one of the things I always talk about, Matt, is that when we talk about that first game of the season and playing in the Friday Night Lights, I remind people that JV games are played in the afternoon. And so when these kids are getting that first varsity start on that first Friday in August, it's that first night, the night they're dreaming about, of playing under the lights. And it's a little bit of a different atmosphere. And this is why these kind of games make an impact.
The atmosphere, the intensity, they just see all the lights. The lights are shining on them. Much different than an afternoon game for sure.
4th down and 1 now for Exeter. Again, they'll hand it off. And Southwestern will stack up Alvarez, maybe not allow him to pick up the first down. And it looks like he will be stopped short. So for the first time in the second half, Exeter is not able to score a touchdown. But with 5 minutes left to go, Southwestern will get another possession here.
I know they're just handing the ball off in Odom and Fuller. They're handing the ball off, but I was in those shoes before, and you try to do your fakes, perfect footwork, handoff, following out, rolling out, whatever, trying to take a defender with you. But, being buttoned up and really, really getting it done, executing and doing your job at the quarterback level, even on handoffs. Yes, not throwing it.
Yep. So it will now, and it is going to be the new quarterback now for Southwestern. Wyatt Carbo, sophomore, is in there now at the quarterback, and he's going to run with it as Southwestern will start from the midfield stripe, and Carbo will run it for about 2 yards to about the 48-yard line, make it 2nd down and 8. So the exact same story now for Southwestern to give their future quarterback a chance to run a couple plays here in this football game. Rollman's still out there?
Yeah, Wyatt Carbo. He's the sophomore quarterback, 5'11", 165. Jensen Emlett, junior, 6'4", 160. I don't think he's out there right now. Number 10.
You are listening to high school football at 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. Second down and 8 for Southwestern. It'll be Carbo again, keeping himself. Nice play fake by the quarterback. They fake the handoff to Rollman. He is at the 40-yard line.
Carbo, he was running like a running back there, at the quarterback position, not being, 5'10", 165 pounds. He better get down on those end of those runs, protect himself. He's not going to want to be running the ball too many times and lowering his shoulder.
He does take the first down, but he does take a pop at the 40-yard line, first down and 10. As the clock now will hit 3 minutes when Southwestern snaps this football. Still have Kleindinst out there. Rollman's still out there in the backfield as well. High snap. The quarterback again will run with it. Just Wyatt Carball right now getting not only the experience but the carries as he takes it to the 36 and a gain of 4 more.
Direct snap out of the gun. Calling his own number, Wyatt Carball, and just takes it right up the gut for a gain of 4 or 5 yards.
Exeter continuing to substitute players in and out over the course of this series on the defensive side. Southwestern starting to get some players in on the offensive side as well, including some of the guys up front. The core receivers are still out there, and Austin Rollman is still out there as well as the back. Kleindinst on either side of Carball. And this time they'll hand it off to Kleindinst, trying to turn the edge. He shakes loose of one tackle, will not shake loose of the second tackle as Exeter strings it out nicely. And Kleindinst will end up losing yards back close to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, number 71, Eddie Farrer, sophomore, 6'3", 235, defensive line, had him by his shirt tail and just wasn't able to bring him down in the backfield.
But eventually the pursuit does wrap him up back at the 40 as we turn inside now of 2 minutes left to go here in this fast-moving fourth quarter. Exeter in command, the Eagles on top, 56-3. Again, I invite you to stick around for our post-game show. A whole lot more to come here from Rifton before we sign off tonight. On a good day to be an Exeter Eagle. Third down and 10 now coming up for Southwestern from the Exeter 40-yard line. And Carball again will keep it himself, and he'll pick up a couple. Picks it forward progress to about the 38, pick up another yard or two, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, little zone read there by Carball, and does a nice job pulling it out, keeping it, calling his own number for a gain of a couple.
Fourth down and 8 now for Southwestern. Be the last play for their offense, unless they can pick up the first down, as the clock will tick down inside of a minute left to go. Our ball comes to the sidelines, and again, with every snap, Tony Schermeyer is bringing in another clean uniform, giving some of his seniors a chance for a curtain call, including Austin Rollman, who got a curtain call before the last play. New back in the backfield is Parker Zinn. And he's going to get the handoff, and he's going to get introduced to the Exeter defense. Exeter busts through and gets there. Farron Pruitt, first one through, sophomore linebacker, got there first and dropped him in the backfield. And that will indeed be the final play for Southwestern's offense. Exeter's going to get the football back with 30 seconds left to go. And they will come out, they will take a knee, and they will move on in tonight's football game and in the district playoffs as well, with a commanding victory tonight in front of their home crowd. They're going to now be road warriors as the 8th seed and try to take down the number 1 seed next week in New Oxford. All that has to happen now is one simple knee down in victory formation, and Exeter will move on. They take the snap, they take the knee, and our football game is over. We'll take a timeout, back with our Pizza Como postgame show and a whole lot more when we come back to Rifton after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the number 1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Life too busy to cook good food? Let Schmeck's Villa prepare your gourmet dinner. With nightly specials Tuesday through Sunday, the fun family atmosphere and delicious food will quickly become a favorite night out. Visit Schmeck's Villa in Exeter Township for a meal you can feel good about. Whether you prefer seafood, a hearty landlubber's meal, or if you're looking for something sweet to cap your night, Schmeck's Villa will hit the spot.
Whether you've got a business presentation, invitations to a special event, or even banners for the big game, Everything Printing in Gilbertsville has you covered. From design to printing, they're your local experts for business cards, flyers, publications, posters, presentation materials, and, well, just about everything. Google Everything Printing and check out their stellar reviews. The most 5-starred in the region. Visit everythingprinting.com to make your project everything you've dreamed of. If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years. Serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. Matt Lytle has made his way down to the field to talk with Matt Bauer when he is done talking to his crew on a very impressive night tonight for the Eagles as they win this one by a final score of 56-3. Not a whole lot that the head coach can pick apart, but we'll see if Matt Lytle can find out if there's any flaws that Coach Bauer wants to work on between now and the time next week's game gets underway in New Oxford. That'll be the matchup again. New Oxford was here tonight. They got a chance to watch this game and see what they are up against in next week's game. So Matt Bauer is there with Matt Lytle. Matt, take it away.
Hey, hold on a second. It's not going to take long. Coach Bauer, Matt Lytle, WEEU, congrats on a big win tonight over Southwestern Mustangs. Talk to me a little bit about the game plan and the execution from your team tonight.
I mean, it always starts up front for us, and I knew, we had a good chance of controlling the line of scrimmage, and anytime we can do that and give Jaden space, he's going to make them pay, and he just really carried the mail for us tonight.
Yeah, speaking of Jaden Zandier, 7 carries, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns. The guy's electric. When he touches the ball, he can take it a distance, any play in any game.
Absolutely. Again, I can be proud of his vision. Is unheard of. The things he can do with a football, you just can't coach, And again, some of these college coaches better come and looking because they're going to get a gem there.
In the game tonight, there was a lot of tip balls. I thought their quarterback in Graham, he had some really good throws and some other throws that I'm sure he wanted to have back, but some tip throws. Did you plan that a lot this week? Where your defensive line did a heck of a job getting their hands up?
We worked very hard on that, and finally it started paying off. We take pride in takeaways and turnovers and winning that battle, and tonight it really showed. And people came up in opportune times and made plays when we needed them to, and swung the momentum in our favor.
Did you look up in the stands? Did the New Oxford coaches leave at halftime, or were they still here the back half of the game?
We'll see them real soon, though. So, again, we're just going to enjoy this one night and get ready for them.
Yeah, outstanding win tonight. Congrats again, and best of luck next week in preparation.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank this senior class. This is, our last night on this field. It's very emotional for us, and you know what? They've given so much to this program. I'm very proud to be their coach, and I'm very proud to send them off this field in this way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach. And I will say this, player of the game tonight for us, we're going to give it to Logan Wegman with his play up front offensively and defensively in the trenches, because they battled tonight, and the penetration was incredible. So my hat goes off to the guys in the trenches.
I appreciate that very much. And as I said when we started, it always starts up front for us.
Congrats again, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, great job as Matt Bauer picks up the W, his 123rd win as the head coach with the Exeter Eagles. Matt going to work his way over to try and get the opportunity now to talk with Logan Wegman. And Matt, you got him. Take him away.
Logan Wegman, Matt Lytle, WEEU. Congrats on a big win tonight, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, game plan this week. What was the plan coming in against Southwestern, the Mustangs?
Mainly just beat them up front. We knew that our O-line and D-line was way bigger than theirs, and we were just going to dominate them up front. And when you're 5 yards in the backfield, you just can't do anything about that. And they folded. They couldn't handle it, and we just ended up taking the game.
Can you tell me a little bit about, you're heading to Navy, is that correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about Navy. How'd you come to the decision to choose Navy? And is it somebody in your family that went there in the past, or why Navy?
I had plenty of options, and I just thought Navy would give me the best opportunity to be the most successful, just like in general, with it being FBS football, ranked 25 ranked, and just it's like the United States Naval Academy. Like even after football, everything's done, I'm going to be in the most successful position that can make me be the best I can be.
I got a lot of respect for you choosing the Armed Forces, so congrats to you on that. Is this the first time this year that you've been interviewed after a game?
I've been interviewed after Muhlenberg with Mike Drago, and maybe a few others. I don't know.
I ask you that question because Jaden Zandier had 7 carries for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns. But the plays tonight, breaking tackles and setting those plays off, I mean, he's electric. He can take the ball the distance on any play. But you guys up front, I'm a former quarterback, so I know what happens in the trenches ultimately leads to opening those plays. And there was one play he ran in. I think it was only a 5-yard touchdown run, but I'm telling you, on air, we said a Mack truck could drive through the hole. So you guys up front were doing a heck of a job opening the hole and going from there. So last question I have for you, Logan. New Oxford. What do you know about them, and how excited are you to play? They're 10-0.
Don't know much, but I know that we can beat them. Just we go week by week. This week we're going to start watching film about them, and I'm confident that we can beat them.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. They're 10-0, and you guys are what now? 10-1. So it'll be a battle this upcoming Friday night. So best of luck and the rest of the way. And congrats in choosing the Navy.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And it's time now for us to take a look at and talk about our player of the game, brought to you by the Reading Fightin' Phils and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. Our Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the our Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the R Phils. Go to rphils.com events for more information. And our player of the game, as Matt just talked about, it is the guys up front for Exeter, Logan Wegman leading the way, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. You can't forget about what he did on the defensive side, getting in the backfield and disrupting things as well, and leading the way for Jaden Zandier and the multiple different ways that he impacted this football game, to say the least, because he was dynamic, and it got started very quickly, and we might as well go right to that. And it was that. Our play of the game brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad, and a choice of potato or vegetable. A full senior citizen menu, and veterans receive a free breakfast item on Veterans Day. Open daily, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and serving the community for generations since 1994. And it was that quickly early on in this football game, with Exeter seizing command early on their second possession. They started from their own 37-yard line. They handed off to Jaden Zandier. He picked up 7. They went right back to Zandier. He fouled his H-back, Genuine Stutzman, around the edge, and he took it the distance, 56 yards and a touchdown. And the Exeter Eagles were off to the races with that score and ultimately winning it 56-3. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and run through our plays for the game and then wrap up tonight's game. A whole lot more to come your way here at WEEU, including heading to our scoreboard show, all when we come back to Rifton with more after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Welcome back to our Pizza Como postgame show. Let's run down things, how they happen here in Rifton. It started with Exeter having the football, unable to pick up a first down. They punted it. Southwestern, the same. Exeter got the football again at their own 37-yard line. They handed it off to Zandier for 7. And on 2nd and 3 from the 44, they went right back to Zandier. We go with a broken eye now with Genuine Stutzman lining up more as the fullback, and they'll follow him with Zandier. He'll have the first down and more into Southwestern territory. He's in the free and clear, 20, 10. No one's going to catch Jaden Zandier. Touchdown Exeter, 56 yards. Southwestern came back and put together its best drive of the night, starting from the 35-yard line. They picked up 4 first downs along the way. But unfortunately for them, the drive came to a stop after getting it down to a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line, and ultimately, first and 10 at the 17-yard line, and they ultimately brought on their kicker, Gavin Frame, to try 28-yard field goal. Snap a little bit behind, they get it down, and enough on the leg to get it through. Good. And so Southwestern does cash it in on the field goal. Again, 28-yarder. And so Southwestern right back in the ball game at that point in time, 7-3, but Exeter took possession of the football then after the kickoff from their own 17-yard line. And Zandier again flipped the field, got themselves down to a 3rd down and goal from the 5, and he did a lot of the bulk to get them there, and they went right back to Zandier. Back to the shotgun, and Zandier back in the backfield. He has it, huge hole. And Jaden Zandier, when I say walks into the end zone, I mean walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Then after an exchange of interceptions, Exeter got the football again, 1st and 10 at the Southwestern 47-yard line after the interception with 3:08 left to go in the first half. From the 47-yard line, Exeter's offense, where did they go first play? Jaden Zandier. First half, Exeter on top 14-3. Here's a little toss sweep for Zandier. Follows his blockers, 45-40, 35-30. Jaden free and clear and headed for 6. Jaden Zandier made it a 21-3 game with inside of 3 minutes left to go in the first half. And then it was the defense that did the rest for the Exeter Eagles. First up, after the Southwestern Mustangs had it at their own 18-yard line on the very next play, it was the defense for Exeter that came to play. 1st and 10 for the 18. Graham right back to work, throws this one again too high, and it's intercepted again. Exeter back with a football, 20 on the 15, 10 on the return, diving for the end zone. Are they in? Touchdown, Exeter. So the second interception of the game for the Exeter defense, both of them by Jaden Ware. He returns that one for a pick six, 28-3. And Southwestern again put together a drive. Matt Lytle talked about it with Matt Bauer about the tips at the line of scrimmage, and another deflection at the line of scrimmage led to another interception for Exeter. Little quick hitter, the ball's deflected, and it's intercepted again.
Carter Redding
at the 45-50 makes a mad miss, and Carter Redding is going to take this one to the house. Ball deflected at the line of scrimmage, and on the deflection, Carter Redding intercepts it and takes it the distance. So it was 35-3 Exeter as a result of that at halftime, and the Eagles just added on in the second half. Genuine Stutzman with a 23-yard touchdown pass from Jake Hafer, a 21-yard touchdown run by Stutzman, and then eventually it was a Leo Brown 80-yard touchdown, and Exeter wins it convincing style 56-3. Matt Lytle's rejoined me back up here in our broadcast location here at Don Thomas Stadium. Matt, just a couple things off that interview before we wrap it up. But going back to the conversation with Logan Wegman, absolutely loved his answer when you talked about what do you know about New Oxford. All he said was, I know we can beat them.
I love the confidence, right? We're going to watch film, and we're going to beat them. Yeah, that's great confidence coming from one of their senior leaders, and, I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Guy in the trenches, he's ready to just punch him in the mouth next Friday.
And the last thought I have is what we started this broadcast for, and that was what Matt Bauer said to you, and his final thought was just one other thing I wanted to say to my seniors, and that's their last chance, more than likely, unless some really bizarre things happen in the district playoffs, because as the 8th seed, they're obviously going to New Oxford next week, but the odds are that this is going to be their last home game. And it means a lot to these kids. They've grown up with the objective to try to get a chance to play on this field and to ultimately get out there. Now they're out there, victory in hand, getting some pictures taken, getting a chance to spend some time with their friends, with their parents, all that kind of stuff. This is just a really cool moment for these kids who put in a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, I mean, they've grown up little leagues, mites and midgets, all the way up now until they're seniors. And this, like to your point, they're the 8th seed. They're going to go down to play at New Oxford Friday night, November 8th, and this is just it's a surreal moment. It's the last time they're going to play on this field, and as for Logan Wegman, he's going to go on next year to play for Navy, and wish him the best of luck. My hat goes off to him. Playing for one of the our armed forces, which is exciting.
Very cool stuff, and the Exeter Eagles are now 10-1 and moving on. So that's going to do it for our coverage here at Don Thomas Stadium. Thanks to Tom Legathi, athletic director here at Exeter High School, for his hospitality. And back at the WE studios, Matt Knob for keeping the show on the road. For my colleague, Matt Lytle, my name is Bob McCool. Stick around for the scoreboard show. Coming your way, fill you in on this one and all the games going on around District 3. The final score one more time from Rifton, Exeter 56, Southwestern 3. Thanks for listening to High School Football. We'll have more of it for you next Friday night, right back here on 830 WEU and our YouTube page, 830 WEU Sports is at YouTube. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a great weekend.
This has been High School Football, presented by Savage Auto Group on 830 WEEU.
High school sports here on 830 WEEU is brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Everything Printing, Houndstown Ready, Overhead Door